Good evening, South Tama Trojan fans. Welcome to another night of South Tama football. It's Trojan Country live from the STC Trojan Field. Week 7 we find ourselves in as South Tama is taking on Fairfield tonight in their, what will be their third to last contest of the regular season. Thank you for being with us. I'm Darvin Graham, and I'll be joined by Nate Van Dyke up here in the booth this evening. We've got about 45 minutes away from kickoff as we're in the Brookwood Village pregame show. Both teams kind of getting ready, warmed up on the field here. Here in a few minutes, we're going to have our senior night activities live from the Trojan Field here. So we're going to hear South Tama senior night celebration for the football team, cross-country team, and the marching band tonight. So 37 student athletes and student band members will be recognized with their family. We'll have that coverage coming to you here in a few minutes. We're set to start that at 6:15. So here in a few minutes, we're going to have senior night. After that, we will hear a Coach's Corner interview with STC head football coach Nate Dorn, and then kind of break down this matchup between South Tama and Fairfield. South Tama, of course, winless on the season, looking for their first win of 2023. Fairfield coming in with a 2-win record. However, the 2 wins have kind of come against lesser quality teams, definitely teams under 500. So this matchup here tonight, possibly the best opportunity for South Tama to get a W before the regular season is out, considering they go up to a 4th-ranked Solon opponent at the end of the year, and then Benton Community, who's kind of flirted with the top 10 rankings throughout the season, are next week. So a nice opportunity for South Tama. Got a good win going here tonight at Trojan Field. It has definitely cooled off here in Tama County over the last week or so. If you're tuning in from elsewhere, it's just around 45, 50 degrees, possibly a good wind going, the sun setting, and it really feels like fall weather. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with senior night celebration here at Trojan Field. Our next senior is Gavin Bridgewater. Gavin's parents are Jared and Tiffany Bridgewater. Gavin has played football for all 4 years of high school, and his future plans are to go to college to study engineering and to play a sport at the collegiate level. Senior Gavin Bridgewater. Our next senior is Travis Chichok. Travis's parents are Chris and Shasta Chichok. Travis has played football for 2 years of high school. His future plans are to enter the workforce. Senior Travis Chichok. Our next senior is Jeremy Dolash. Jeremy's parents are Jerry and Amy Dolash. He's also joined by his sisters, Jamie, Kristen, and Candace. Jeremy has played football for 3 years of high school, and he plans to attend college, but is undecided on where just yet. Senior Jeremy Dolash. Our next senior is Chase Gustafson. Chase's parents are Jimmy and Chris Gustafson. Chase has played football for 2 years of high school. His future plans are to serve our nation in the United States Army active duty. Senior Chase Gustafson. Our next senior is Kyan McBride. Kyan's parents are Dane and Tanya McBride and Kevin and Christina Zaruba. Kyan has played football for all 4 years of high school, and his future plans are to play football at the collegiate level and to major in business. Senior Kyan McBride. Our next senior is Miguel Medina. Miguel's parents are Luis and Roma Medina. Miguel has played football for 4 years of high school. He is undecided about his future plans at this time. Senior Miguel Medina. Our next senior is Juan Robles Jr. Juan's parents are Juan Robles Sr. and Patricia Lopez. Juan has played football for 4 years of high school. Juan's future plans are at this time undecided. Senior Juan Robles Jr. Our next senior is Keaton Sokol. Keaton's parents are Brian and Cassie Sokol. Keaton has played football for 3 years of high school. Keaton's future plans are undecided at this time. Senior Keaton Sokol. Our next senior is Wyatt Sermon. Wyatt's parents are John and Brandy Sermon. Wyatt has played football for 4 years of high school. His future plans are to attend Texas A&M University to major in ag business. Senior Wyatt Sermon. Our next senior for the football team is Drayton White. Drayton's parents are Mike and Ashley Graff and Kyle White. Drayton has played football for 1 year of high school, and his future plans are to enter the heavy equipment diesel mechanic program. Senior Drayton White. Our next senior is Daniel Weiss. Daniel's parents are Dave and Beth Weiss. Daniel has played football for 2 years of high school. His future plans are to attend Mount Mercy University to play baseball and study business. Senior Daniel Weiss. Our next senior is Jacob Youngbear. Jacob's parents are Josh and Leslie Youngbear. Jacob has played football for 4 years of high school, and his future plans are to enter the electrical apprenticeship program to become a certified electrician. Senior Jacob Youngbear. Our next senior is cheerleader Takaya Rosenberger. Takaya's parents are Tamara Moskimo and Ty Rosenberger. Takaya has been a cheerleader for 3 years of high school, and her future plans are to attend Hawkeye Community College to enter the dental hygienist program. Senior Takaya Rosenberger. On behalf of the South Tama parents, players, coaches, and the entire Trojan family, we want to thank all of our senior players, cheerleaders, and managers. We are grateful for your effort, commitment to the team, as well as dedication to always trying to be better. Congratulations and good luck. Trojan fans, let's give one more round of applause for our senior football players, cheerleaders, and managers. Oh, where's he at?
Alphabetical, so he's right here, right?
You have his thing?
Yep, right here. Parents are Ron and Susan Houghton.
Okay. Are we ready to go?
You have to click something to get that. Oh, right here.
Wait,
It's not
just wait,
touchscreen.
just wait.
Are we good to go? Now we'd like to honor and acknowledge our senior cross-country and marching band members. First up, senior Mikhail Bear. Mikhail's parents are Mark and Jordan Bear and Brooke Moskimo. Mikhail has run cross-country for 2 years of high school, and his future plans are to attend college. Senior Mikhail Bear. Our next senior is James Brandt. James' parents are Steve and Amy Brandt. James has run cross-country for all 4 years of high school. His future plans are to attend college and to run at the collegiate level. Senior James Brandt. Our next senior for the cross-country team is Amari Chavez. Amari's parent is Jose Chavez. Amari has run cross-country for all 4 years of high school, and his future plans are to attend college, but are otherwise undecided. Senior Amari Chavez. Next up is senior Caden Kopsa. Caden's parents are Jeremy Kopsa and Jackie Dostal. Caden has run cross-country for all 4 years of high school. His future plans are to attend Indian Hills Community College, to play golf, and to study business. Senior Caden Kopsa. Our next senior is Braxton Roars. Braxton is the son of Brock and Karen Roars. And Braxton has run cross-country for all 4 years of high school. His future plans are to attend Iowa State University to study biology. Senior Braxton Roars. Our next senior for the cross-country team is Cade Rosenberger. Cade's parents are Todd and Megan Rosenberger. Cade has run cross country for all 4 years of high school, and his future plans are to attend college. Senior Cade Rosenberger. Our next senior is Andrea Padilla Olide. Andrea's parents are Erica Olide and Antonio Padilla. Andrea has run cross country for 3 years of high school, and her future plans are to attend college and to eventually go to medical school. Senior Andrea Padilla Olide. Our next senior is Daniela Pantaleon Martin. Daniela's host parents are Jason and Amanda Heck. Daniela has run cross country for 1 year of high school, and her future plans are to return to Spain to finish high school and then to go to college and study science. Senior Daniela Pantaleon Martin. Our next senior is Nadia Onihimatska. Nadia's host parents are Jason and Amanda Heck. Nadia has run cross country for 1 year, and her future plans are to return to Poland to finish high school and then go to college to enter the medical field. Senior Nadia Onihimatska. Our next senior is Kayla Heck. Kayla's parents are Jason and Amanda Heck. Kayla has been involved in cross country and marching band for all 4 years of high school. Her future plans are to attend college. She's not sure where yet, but she wants to study something in the medical field. Senior Kayla Heck. Next for the cross country team, senior Alex Carrera. Alex's parents are Antonio and Veronica Carrera. Alex has been involved in marching band and cross country for all 4 years of high school. His future plans are to attend MCC to finish his AA degree and then transfer to the University of Iowa. Go Hawkeyes. Senior Alex Carrera. Our next senior is Holden Shermer. Holden's parents are Jared and Joy Shermer. Holden has been involved in cross country and marching band for all 4 years of high school, and his future plans are undecided at this time. Senior Holden Shermer. Our next senior is Tommy Tynisma. Tommy's parents are Robert and Penny Tynisma. Tommy has been involved in cross country and marching band for all 4 years of high school. And his future plans are to attend college, run at the collegiate level, and study computer science. Senior Tommy Tynisma. Our next senior is Kaylor Alvarado Argueta. Kaylor's parents are Francis Alvarado and Juan Henry Martinez. Kaylor has been involved in marching band for 3 years of high school, and his future plans are to attend college and major in business. Senior Kaylor Alvarado Argueta. Our next senior is Sienna Defoe. Sienna's parents are Les and Kay Dean. Sienna has been involved in marching band for 3 years of high school, and her future plans are to attend university, major in biology, and eventually become a dentist. Senior Sienna Defoe. Our next senior is Maylee Ellsbury. Maylee's parents are Danny and Brentley Ellsbury. Maylee's been involved in marching band for all 4 years of high school, and her future plans are to attend college, to wrestle at the collegiate level, and either coach wrestling or study something in wildlife. Senior Maylee Ellsbury. Our next senior is Jocelyn Garcia. Jocelyn's parents are Rita Cepeta and Antonio Garcia. Jocelyn has been involved in marching band for 2 years of high school, and her future plans are to attend college to study psychology. Senior Jocelyn Garcia. Next for the marching band, Senior Ariana Herrera. Ariana's parent is Adi Vizcarra. Ariana has been involved in marching band for all 4 years of high school. Her future plans are to attend college and study to become a dental hygienist. Senior Ariana Herrera. Next up, Senior Jonah Houghton. Jonah's parents are Ron and Susan Houghton. Jonah has participated in marching band for all 4 years of high school, and his plans after high school are to attend college for theater and voice acting. Senior Jonah Houghton. Our next senior is Jack Keenan. Jack's parents are John and Carrie Keenan. Jack has been involved in marching band for all 4 years of high school, and his future plans are to attend Marshalltown Community College. Senior Jack Keenan. Our next senior is Jenna Meyer. Jenna's parents are Jeremy and Christy Meyer. Jenna has been involved in marching band for all 4 years of high school, and her future plans are to attend a 4-year college and major in social work. Senior Jenna Meyer. Our next senior is Gustav Uinholt. Gustav's host parents are Tim and Patty Kearns. Gustav has been involved in marching band for 1 year of high school, and his future plans are to return to Denmark to finish high school and attend college. Senior Gustav Uinholt. Our next senior is Celia Ornelas. Celia's parents are Fernando and Kayla Ornelas. Celia has been involved in marching band for 2 years of high school, and her future plans are to attend college to study art and entrepreneurship or to become an art teacher. Senior Celia Ornelas. Our next senior is Alejandra Ramirez. Alejandra's parent is Sylvia Ramirez Garcia. Alejandra has been involved in marching band for 1 year of high school, and her future plans are to attend college and to major in social work. Senior Alejandra Ramirez. Thank you, seniors and senior parents, for your time and dedication to all your activities here at South Tama County High School. Best wishes for the future. And Trojan fans, please give one more round of applause for your cross-country and marching band seniors. Welcome back to Trojan Field, Trojan Country fans. We are just about 15 minutes away from kickoff here in this game between South Tama and Fairfield. But right now, I'm joined by a couple of our FFA students. I've got Kaylin Murdy and Josie Waka. How are you guys doing tonight? I know it's a little chilly here this evening. And how you been doing this evening?
Good.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to talk a little bit about South Tama FFA. I know that's a pretty strong program here at South Tama. And I'm first going to ask you, what do you enjoy most about the FFA program? Kaylin, why don't you start first? Tell us about maybe first your role with the club. Are you an officer? How long have you been doing FFA? And then also what you enjoy most about the club experience.
Okay, yeah. So this year I'm the vice president. I was the president last year. And me and Wyatt Sermon traded positions this year.
Right on.
But I've been in FFA since I was a freshman in high school. And I think the best part about being in it is definitely it's a good way to get yourself more involved in the agriculture community, but also just in the community as a whole. It really puts a good picture on yourself when you're going out and like fundraising or doing volunteer work or just getting yourself out there in general.
Mm-hmm. And Josie, how long you been doing it? What's your kind of role with the FFA group right now, and what do you enjoy most about it?
So I have been doing it since my freshman year. I am currently the secretary for our chapter.
Awesome.
And I really think FFA is like a good way to like get yourself out there and be involved and really explore a lot of like leadership qualities and develop yourself to be better in the future.
And so as far as ag learning goes or ag activities, is there one or a couple things that you enjoy most within kind of the year that you go through? And it's not just FFA, it's your ag class and also the county fair, the state fair, a lot of different things, a 4-H maybe. Is there one or two things within there, maybe crops or cattle or showing animals, anything within that whole landscape that you enjoy the most? Kaylin, go ahead.
Showing sheep at the county fair and the state fair is definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
I also enjoy like feeding the farmers every fall and doing like things like that for the people in our community that are involved with agriculture.
Josie, how about you?
Personally, my favorite is getting to learn a lot about like natural resources and stuff, since I like for county fair and stuff, I've been like super focused on that lately. So that's a lot of fun, especially because I get to tie it back to my classroom knowledge and then push it forward to my county fair project.
How many students would you say participate? Not an exact number, but roughly what's kind of your group size right now?
Like 15. I would say 15
We've got a lot of
really
freshmen
involved, but this year we had a lot of freshmen join, so I'd say like in our 30s.
I think pretty sure 30s.
We had a big group join this year, so
That's excellent. Okay, well, tell us a little bit about what you have going on in October and November. We're just kind of in the middle of this fall semester. I know you got a fundraiser going on. Tell us a little bit about that and how folks can kind of key in on that.
So we have our annual fundraiser, and it's a huge thing for our chapter because it's a huge way we raise money and stuff. And we sell a lot, like fruit sales specifically is a huge thing around here.
Yeah.
It's like super fun because you usually get your fruit in before like the holiday season and stuff. There's also like candies and cheeses and meats and stuff. It's super fun. And it really like ties us in with our community and stuff because we go out and we ask, hey, could you please help our chapter? And
so how can folks, maybe community members that don't have a child or a grandchild in the program, what's a good way for them to kind of find out about that sale or get access to it so they can participate too?
Yes. So if you go to the South Tama FFA chapter Facebook page,
okay.
Ms. Brown has just posted like each page of each flyer that we have for our fundraiser, and then she also I think she might have posted a link there
Yeah.
too that you
Okay.
can click on, and then that's how you can order. Otherwise, if you know a FFA member, you can go to them and ask them, and then they can help you get set up with whatever you would like.
Excellent. So, Trojan Country fans, make sure to kind of support this FFA group. Get out and get a hold of some of those kids, and get on the Facebook and definitely support that. Okay, so you got the fundraiser. What else is going on in October and November?
Yep. So our first event is this Sunday. It's at Otter Creek. We're
Okay.
just helping volunteer out there for the fall festival that's going on.
Right on.
So that's a big event that they put on. And then on the 12th, we're doing our Feed the Farmers event. So we package up a bunch of meals, take them out to the co-ops, and then farmers come in. We give them a sack lunch. It's just our way of saying thank you. And then October 16th, we have the Green Hand Fire Up. So that's just like a event that goes on. It's for the freshmen.
Okay.
It's just like so they know more about FFA and
Kinda
know
getting them
what
started
ways
in
they
the
can get
program.
involved.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And then our last event for October is our chapter meeting.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we're gonna try and do like a potluck style and do like
nice.
a barbecue and do some outside games. And that's on the 22nd at 4. So if there's any new members, we are always welcoming. But
And you guys meet monthly, is that right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. And then I know you have your national conference coming up. You guys travel for that.
Yeah.
I'm sure is this fundraiser kind of a support system financially for you guys to be able to do
Yes.
that? Okay,
It's
so
huge for it.
tell us
Yeah.
about the national conference.
Okay, so we have our national conference. I think it's from October 31st to November 3rd. We're going to
Okay.
be there in Indianapolis
Indianapolis. Okay.
at the Colts Stadium occasionally and stuff. It's so big. I cannot describe it. It's so much fun. You get to learn a whole ton of careers.
Uh-huh.
You get to learn a whole different ton of pathways and stuff. And
Okay.
general sessions are literally amazing. And there's a whole ton of spots you can shop. And it's super fun because you get to meet a whole ton of people that are interested in the same things as you. And it really shows like the next generations of leaders.
Yeah, awesome. And so you'll be staying overnight there for a few nights, and you both have been before, right?
Yep.
So what are you kind of looking forward to most about that national conference trip? Is it at the same place every year too, or do they rotate? Same
yeah,
place.
it's in Indianapolis.
So what's
Yep.
kind of the favorite part of maybe, or Kaylin, if you want to touch on, what do you enjoy about the national conference?
I think my favorite part is just meeting new people, whether they're from way across the country or right here in Iowa. I think it's just nice to be able to go out and meet people and be able to talk about, hey, what are some of your interests, or why are you in FFA, and just like what does your chapter do? Because it's also a great way to get ideas to bring back home.
Yep.
To be like, hey, here's some new ideas for our chapter that we could start doing.
Gotcha.
So I think that's probably my favorite part.
All right, and we'll wrap you up on this here. For any families or kids that might be watching, what is your kind of thoughts or encouragement to them to maybe why would you consider FFA as they're getting towards their high school career? What's the pitch to kind of, what do you say to those freshmen that are kind of considering FFA?
For me, I would say it really helps you get out there and develop those like leadership qualities that you can take with the rest of your life. You will create friends that you never knew you were going to have, and it really gets you the ability to learn about different things that you would have thought of. Like, that's a huge thing for me, and I would definitely recommend it for anybody who wants to join. It's never too late.
Yeah.
Just sign up for an ag class. It's really fun.
All right.
My biggest thing is I think a lot of people hear the words FFA and then automatically think, oh, you have to be a farmer or you have to be involved within agriculture. But I think what people don't realize is, like she said, it's a good way to develop leadership skills, but it's also a great way to meet new people, get yourself out in the community, do new things, and just get yourself involved that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, girls, for taking some time. I wish you all the best in the upcoming events. You guys sound super busy, but I hope it's a fun fall. And thanks again. So we got Kaylin Murdy and Josie Waka. Thank you, girls, so much.
Yep,
Thank you.
you.
All right. Have a great night. Welcome back, Trojan fans, to the Brookwood Village pregame show. I'm Darvin Graham. I'm joined by my co-host this evening, Nate Van Dyke. Nate, how you doing tonight?
Doing great. Great night for football.
I know. It's just it really feels like fall, and I'm excited to see this matchup. We got South Tama coming in winless, 0-6 on their season, and Fairfield with 2 wins on their season. But I really think a winnable matchup here tonight for South Tama. We've got the marching band, and let's see, our teams are just getting ready for the national anthem. So I think we're going to go ahead and our timing was a little poor here, so we're going to just take a quick break while we have the national anthem here on the field. When we get back, we will give you your starters and do a little breakdown of this matchup here between South Tama and Fairfield. Thanks for being with us.
Set me back on my feet, and if my soul refused to shine, would you help me? Would you be kind? Would you feel like trying?
Welcome back live from STC Trojan Field. It's the Brookwood Village pregame show. We're going to jump right into our Fairfield Trojans starting lineups and kind of look at this Fairfield team here a little bit. I'm going to turn it over to Nate Van Dyke.
Okay, thanks, Darvin. I think it's kind of an interesting matchup here for us tonight as far as the matchup goes. We talked about the numbers game, and Fairfield doesn't have any more players rostered than South Tama does tonight. So that's going to be interesting. They come in at 2-4. There's no common opponent wins for Fairfield that would put them favored that way against the Trojans, and they also feature a heavy running attack. They don't throw the ball too much, so I like the matchup, and I think it's going to be a very competitive game. Starting at quarterback for Fairfield is Sam Wheaton. He's a senior. At running back, Wyatt Johnson. Another running back, number 12, Kaysen Miller. He comes in with 724 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. So he's going to be, we're going to have to kind of find some kryptonite for him tonight if we're going to slow down the rushing game. He's on pace to have a 1,000-yard season. Wide receivers are number 21, Talon Bates, number 4, Bode Hoskins, number 57, Landon Worley. Across the front line for the Fairfield Trojans, left tackle, Logan Johnson. He's a senior. At left guard, number 58, Carter Moore. At center, number 71, Caden Allison. And at right guard, number 66, Dressen Smithberg. And at right tackle, number 65, a senior, Brandon Brinkschroeder. Defensively for Fairfield, leading tacklers include Sam Wheaton at linebacker, Bode Hoskins at linebacker, and defensive end, number 71, Caden Allison. Also leading the charge for the Fairfield defense is number 21, defensive back Talon Bates, and he has 4 interceptions on the season, so maybe kind of a ball hawker back there. Across the front line for Fairfield is Brandon Brinkschroeder, number 66, Dressen Smithberg, and number 58, Carter Moore. He's a defensive end. Linebacker, number 58, Carter Moore. And defensively in the backfield for the Fairfield Trojans is our number 23, Julian Pumphrey. Number 21, Talon Bates, as mentioned earlier. Safety number 12, Kaysen Miller. And safety number 10, Dylan Adam.
So the Fairfield Trojans coming in 4-2. Their wins came against Mount Pleasant. They're currently winless on their season, and as well Washington. Washington has 1 or 2 wins. That was a 23-20 victory. So they're 4-2. South Tama has not seen Fairfield since 2007. We had a big stretch there in the early 2000s through the mid 2000s where we played Fairfield just about every year. The season or the all-time record against Fairfield. The Fairfield Trojans lead this one by 1, so we could tie it up tonight if South Tama gets a win. It's 5-6 all-time against Fairfield, dating back to 1977. So there you go.
Awesome. I think I played them
you
3
had to
times
been-
in 2 years,
There you go.
back my junior and senior year. I think we played them twice my junior year. First game of the season, and then saw them in the playoffs as well. I think they got us in the first game down there, and then I think we ended up beating them in the playoffs. So,
All right, let's talk South Tama here a little bit. The Trojans, slightly different lineup tonight, just a couple of changes. On the offensive side, they're going to be led by quarterback Daniel Weiss. At the running back positions, Gavin Bridgewater and Cody Blocker. At the wide receiver positions, Jeremy Dolash, Anthony Thompson. Tight end will be Kinzer Jeanette. And up front will be left tackle Kyan McBride, left guard Drew Melees. He's coming in for his first start of the season. Center will be Miguel Medina. Right guard Wyatt Sermon, and right tackle Keaton Sokol. So that's your offensive starters for the STC Trojans, and we'll get you your defensive starters just as soon as the defense takes the field here. So South Tama will receive the kick here.
looks like Clegg and Blocker back there to return the kick. South Tama had a chance without the curtain raiser, the opening game this week. I think they decided to slot a few. I think we'll see a few more freshmen and sophomores getting some decent playing time tonight. Notably Kyle Youngbear, Drew Melees.
And it's going to be Carter Moore's kickoff. And it will be brought up just beyond the 25-yard line for the Trojans to start things off. Right around the 25, yep. First and 10 for the Trojans. We'll get a first look here at quarterback Daniel Weiss and STC.
Weiss comes in with 35 completions on the season, 2 touchdowns, 282 yards through the air, and 78 on the ground. So he's been a mainstay for South Tama. Looks like we're going to go back to that I formation that we saw last week. Weiss faking the handoff, rolling out to his right. It's a screen.
Dumps it off to Bridgewater, and he's met immediately after the catch. Short loss on the play. That'll bring up second down and 13 for STC. 4-yard loss on that one. And so South Tama needing to get their rhythm going. We talked to Coach Dorn last night, and his kind of charge to the Trojans was to kind of limit the penalties and try to establish some kind of rhythm.
I totally agree 100%. We kind of talked about it at the end of last week, and I think what gets you going in a rhythm is getting positive yardage on first down.
So here's second down, 2nd and 14.
Weiss flips it out to Clegg on the left side, little screen.
Tyrus Clegg moves ahead a couple of yards, gets covered up by 3 or 4 Fairfield tacklers. Preston Pumphrey on the stop for Fairfield. And that brings up 3rd and 11 for STC. Ball now on the 28. One thing that kind of was a bright spot in the middle of the season so far is the connection between Daniel Weiss and his sometimes tight end, sometimes wide receiver Jeremy Dolash. I'd love to see that connection really get going here tonight. And here we are on 3rd down. Weiss under center. Blocker and Bridgewater in the backfield. He's looking to throw.
Straight drop. Oh, he slips through a couple
tackles, and it's an interception right along the left sideline. That's number 23 with the interception, and he's going to run all the way into the end zone. South Tama starts with an interception and a pick 6.
And not exactly a start that we were looking for there.
Julian Pumphrey was the Fairfield Trojan on the interception and the touchdown run, and that will give them their first score of the game, 6-0. I believe. Hold on here. Maybe we have a flag.
Looks like they're spotting it there. Must have been on the Trojans. Must have been a holding in the backfield.
Okay. So the interception will stand, but oh no, I'm sorry. So okay, so
Everything stands. I
There
think
we go.
this is their PAT here we're looking at. So the South Tama Trojans will get their second try on offense here in a bit. I was really looking for South Tama to kind of start off fast, looking for maybe a big play on offense, a big fumble recovery, big interception, and sometimes it seems like the last couple weeks we're kind of playing from behind early, and that makes it a little tough. So Blocker and Clegg will be back to receive the ball for the Trojans once more.
and South Tama kind of needed to regroup here, and this is just a mental mountain you kind of got to climb every time one of these kind of snafus happens. That Trojans need to quickly, with most of their roster playing both directions of the ball, not give up any more ground as far as the mental battle between these two teams tonight.
It's kind of nice to have some of these freshmen and sophomore players all suited up, not having to worry about limiting them to 5 or 6 quarters a night. Their
Right.
game will be on Monday, I believe.
And so here is our kickoff from Carter Moore.
And having a little trouble getting that ball set. It was pretty breezy out today, but it looks like it's, just judging by the flag, it looks like it's
Right.
died down just a little bit.
Student section in all kind of a pink out attire tonight. And the blankets are definitely out. You can tell the season is...
Feels like football weather,
Yeah, it
doesn't
really
it? Here's
does.
Clegg. He's coming up to catch the ball. He picks it up on about the 17, brings it out past the 30. Tires Clegg on a nice little return there.
South Tama will start their
And there's a
next-
flag thrown. Looks like a couple players got tangled up a little bit. I'm not sure if it's going to be against the Trojans or the Fairfield Trojans or the South Tama Trojans. I'm going to have a tough time with that one tonight.
Right. And so it'll be...
We'll see which way they march here. Maybe it'll be offsetting. Personal foul against the Trojans.
South Tama will take the penalty, and it will push their field position back a little ways.
That's too bad, those mental type errors like that,
Yeah.
after a good return by Clegg.
And to come, at the early part of the first quarter makes it an uphill situation for South Tama.
Yep.
And so South Tama now backed into their own red zone, starting on the 16-yard line.
Weiss gets the play from Coach Bridgewater, the offensive coordinator. Breaks the huddle. Miguel Medina going to snap the ball under center to Weiss. Trojans in I formation.
Anthony Thompson, the receiver, off to your far left part of the screen. Weiss under center.
It's going to be Bridgewater up the middle on a fullback dive.
Short gain there for Gavin Bridgewater. Pushes the ball up to around the 20.
Call it a 3-yard gain.
3-yard gain, yep. 2nd and 7 for South Tama now on their second drive. It was an interception and a pick 6 for Julian Pumphrey that scored the first touchdown for Fairfield. 9:40 on the clock here, first quarter. South Tama looking at 2nd and 7.
Weiss under center. Dolash at tight end to the right side. I formation.
And somebody jumped there, but
Don't see any
Don't
yellow
see
flags.
flags.
Here's Blocker putting his foot in the ground, trying to get north and south. He might lose a yard.
Cody Blocker unable to get the space to kind of press forward. 3rd down coming here for South Tama after 3 straight run plays. 3rd and 6 now for STC.
Okay, see if Coach Bridgewater dials up a pass here. I think a little play action might be in order. We really came out throwing the ball in that first drive.
Yeah, absolutely.
3 passes.
We got all the pink attire on for these players, so I'm used to like looking for socks and arm stuff, and it's all different tonight here. so-
Socks, sleeves, you name it.
Yeah.
Gloves. Weiss turns and gives to Blocker. He's
Hand
got
off
a
to
little
Blocker.
green, and he...
And Blocker got a hole, and he
about
finally gets tripped up.
Yeah, about one more guy to make miss.
Wyatt Johnson on the stop there, but that was a nice gain there by Cody Blocker. That'll be good for a first down. Exactly what South Tama needs right here. Just a little breathing room.
Yeah, heck with the play action. Let's give it to Blocker on the left side.
And Weiss, again, handing off to Blocker. Cuts back in.
He kind of got turned inside by the defensive end there, but I think smart. Put your foot in the ground, and, we're picking up a yard.
2nd and 9 now with the ball right on the 35.
I think those negative yardage plays on first down can really crush us, but here's
There's
Dolash.
Dolash on
Little
the
swing
sideline.
out to Dolash, yep. And there's a first down.
Dolash dragging players with him. A little stiff arm action to the near sideline there. And that gets the ball up to the 49-yard line, nearly into Fairfield territory. Quick snap. Pace getting picked up here a little bit. Quarterback keep by Daniel Weiss. And somebody's down on the...
Well, it looks like you got a couple yards there.
Weiss slow to get up. He's kind of waving off.
Says, I'm good,
Sideline there.
Coach. I'm good. Let me stay in here. I don't know who comes in if Weiss comes out. I think maybe
Nick
Upaw, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 8.
And Nick was the backup at the Frosh level until Emerson Bridgewater broke his hand.
On the 49 here, South Tama looking to continue this drive. Bridgewater and Blocker stacked up behind Weiss.
Kind of muff the snap, give it to Bridgewater up the middle, and he's met
Nowhere to go.
immediately.
Just plowed down. No gain on the play.
Johnson on the tackle.
Third and 8 for South Tama. Still on the 49. No, we've moved. Okay, so we got a yard there.
Yep.
And so on the 49 in Fairfield territory. Thompson and Dolash, the receivers. Dolash on the near side here.
And Weiss gives it to Blocker. Blocker with some green.
Blocker
He's
gets
got
to
a
the
blocker in
sideline.
front of him.
And Cody Blocker, another first down. 2 big runs here by South Tama Jr. Running back Cody Blocker and South Tama. Now moving things forward, getting a little rhythm.
And it was number 56, Wyatt Sermon, getting out around the end there.
We heard from Coach Dorn. He felt really good about this week's practice. I know that can sometimes be a little bit of a red herring, but so far, South Tama looking tuned in here in this drive.
I think the idea was this week was bringing up those freshmen and sophomores and just having guys compete for positions again. I think it really elevated the level. Blocker with a nice cutback again.
Straight up.
And there's positive yards on first down for Blocker.
The right tackle there, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8 for South Tama with the ball on the 30.
So Blocker with 5 carries already tonight.
Daniel Weiss will trot on to bring in the play. 6:12 here to go. South Tama's had a nice long drive here, keeping their offense on the field.
I formation, tight end to the left. It's a strong left look. You're going to turn and give it to Blocker. Doesn't have a lot of room.
Flush to the sideline, takes a big hit there.
Kind of got stood up and then maybe loses a yard.
3rd down now for South Tama.
Okay, big play. 3rd and 9.
Trojans really have not had a field goal kicking game this year. Adrian Valle definitely has the distance. We got a little bit of wind. I don't know that you feel comfortable just with how few field goals he's kicked or attempted in game to go that route if you need to. And so, yeah, big moment here for the Trojans.
It'd be nice
offense.
to be able to answer after that turnover for
Completely.
a score. And I haven't really seen this formation. Gives it to Blocker again. Blocker slips one arm tackle. Maybe gains 1 or 2.
Brought down just inside the 30. Sam Wheaton on the tackle for Fairfield. And now a 4th down situation here for South Tama. It looks like the offense is going to keep it on the field.
Yep, I think you have to. And even if you turn it over here, you're still playing pretty decent field position.
Fourth down here for South Tama. Ball in the 30. Dolash again. The receiver to the near side, but Kinzer Jeanette in the slot.
Yep.
Thompson off to the far end.
And it looks like Kinzer might have just twitched a little bit. We're
Got a whistle.
Got a false start.
Blocker was going to get it to the corner, but maybe have another chance here. But it's going to
be 4th and 11 or 12.
4th and 11, yeah.
So that changes the play call, I think. Tyrus Clegg bringing the play in.
4th and 12 now for STC on the 35. If you're just tuning in, Fairfield got an interception and a pick 6 by Julian Pumphrey early, second or third play of the game.
Coach Bridgewater takes a long look at his play sheet, trying to figure out this puzzle here. 9 seconds on the play clock. Weiss has to hurry up here. And gets
Fairfield
the snap off with 1 second.
Pressure coming, and Weiss driven back in the backfield. On the sack, it's Bodie Hoskins, the senior linebacker for Fairfield, and that will turn it over. So the Trojans unable to get a play off, and they lose yards on the 4th down, and that will give the Fairfield Trojans the ball on their own 42.
So it looked like a promising drive for South Tama. Ends in a 4th and long, and that linebacker slipped right through there. Weiss didn't have much of a chance.
And the takeaway has to be, hey, look what we were able to accomplish here in these few plays. Let's bring that forward instead of letting the sack and the turnover on downs bring us backward. So here's 1st down and 10 for Fairfield on the 42.
Number 12, Kason Miller back there in the back of the eye.
Sam
the
Wheaton,
guy we
the
gotta look
quarterback.
at.
And Miller will get the handoff. He pushes his way forward, dragging tacklers, getting all the way up to the 50-yard line.
And Miller's averaging over 100 yards a game. So I think that's going to be the name of the game for South Tama, is to try to slow him down if we can. Make him beat us with long, sustained drives. Make him earn it.
2nd and 2 now for Fairfield on the 49-yard line.
Wheaton, the quarterback for Fairfield, only comes in with about 70 passing yards. So they're not going to throw the ball a whole lot.
Does have decent size. He's a senior, standing 6'2", 190, so able to see well over the line.
And Miller on the toss.
Pitch out to Miller, getting a nice block. Slips to the corner, and will be a 1st down and more.
Number 32 on the tackle for South Tama.
So the running game working for both ways here. Fairfield and Kason Miller able to push the ball up here. Cody Blocker with some successful runs.
And Miller's only listed at 150 pounds, so he's got to have some quicks.
1st and 10 now on the 43. Fairfield Trojans get into South Tama territory.
Kind of looks similar here. Both run that I
They really
formation.
do, yeah.
Both got about 150-pound tailback sitting back there. Here's kind of a reverse to the wing, and he's got a lot of green.
This is number 21, Talon Bates, and he's finally driven out, but that will be a 1st down.
Gain of 13 by Bates.
Cody Blocker, the tackler for South Tama. And South Tama needing to kind of stand their defense up here a little bit.
Yeah, we must have been chasing it. There was no contained by the defensive end or outside linebacker out there. So Fairfield moving the ball in pretty decent chunks right now.
1st and 10 on the 32 for Fairfield. As they kind of load up to that weak side.
They do have twins out there to the left. And it's a toss again. And Dolash almost had him wrapped up in the backfield.
And finally, the pile for South Tama gets a hold of Miller, and
Big Juan Robles finishes him off there.
that's pancake and waffles right there.
That was a nice job by Dolash at that defensive end position there. Pancake and waffles right there.
2nd down now after.
We need plays like that are going to kind of put them behind the sticks on 1st down. Like I said, make them earn those drives. No big plays here.
2nd and a long 10 with the ball in the 32. Fairfield approaching red zone territory here. Wheaton under center. Number 15, Wyatt Johnson, the fullback.
And he gets the carry. Just a fullback dive. Picks up about 3 or 4 yards there. We'll call it 3.
Jacob Youngbear, Gavin Bridgewater, Dolash.
Yep, those are
Among the-
mainstays, right? We've been hearing their name all season. Kinzer Jeanette moved up to a defensive end spot this week, and I think they slid McBride down to a defensive
They
tackle.
did, yep.
So then Clegg's at linebacker with Bridgewater, Youngbear, and
Medina.
Yep. And I think we're going to see some Kyle Youngbear in there, too. He's a pretty hard-nosed player.
Anthony Thompson getting a start on the defensive side as well at safety tonight. So
Yes, his first start, probably his first varsity start.
3rd and 6 here for Fairfield. Big moment for the South Tama defense. Fairfield has a
Play
kicker
action. They're going to throw it back.
and this is going to be Miller.
Throws it back to Miller. Almost had him wrapped up in the backfield, but he's going to get a 23-yard gain there.
So first down, and now South Tama forced into almost a goal line defensive situation. With the ball around the 10 on the 7. So first and goal on the 7.
So Miller getting the receptions and the rush and the running plays so far today.
And I think we're going to run out the first quarter clock. So we take a break for the first quarter. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back for the start of the second quarter. Fairfield leading South Tama 7-0 here as the Fairfield Trojans threatening in goal line territory. Here's a carry up the left side. And I think that's Kason Miller, the ball carrier again.
Give him one.
Juan Robles on the stop for South Tama.
Well, let's see if South Tama can dig our heels in here. It's going to be a tall order, keeping Miller out of the end zone here, I believe.
Second and goal on the 4. As we're just into the second quarter action. Fairfield scored first off of a pick 6 very early into the first quarter. South Tama had a big long drive. About 5 minutes after that, it got stopped on a 4th and out.
And it's going to quarterback sneak. And he will not get in.
Just outside the end zone there. Sam Wheaton, the quarterback keeper. 3rd and 1 now. Third and 1 for Fairfield.
3rd and 1 on the 1. Look for Coach Doran to bring a heavy blitz package here. Maybe even toss another defensive lineman down there. Pinch the middle, the A-gaps. Look for that quarterback sneak again.
Bodie Hoskins, Landon Norduft. The receivers out to the far side there. Miller, deep back.
And he's going to sneak it.
And we're hearing maybe fumble.
The referees are not holding anything up yet as far. Then there's the score. There's a touchdown.
So touchdown Fairfield. It is not a fumble. The Trojans make it into the end zone. And that was a key. Was that a quarterback keep?
Sam Wheaton. That was a
Sam
quarterback
Wheaton
sneak.
On the quarterback keep with the touchdown. 13-0 now. The Trojans score on defense, and now they march really at an entirely run-heavy drive down the field.
Just the one pass to Miller, but it went for a good gain. There's a few times, though, we had him maybe wrapped up in the backfield. We weren't able to bring him down for the.
And here's the PAT. Number 58, Carter Moore boots the PAT, and it's good. 14-0. Fairfield on top. Early second quarter action. South Tama looking for answers here as they just kind of really, of course you focus on Fairfield, but it's really how do we do what we want to do and make sure that our team is executing the way that we've practiced and can do to the best of our abilities. So we'll see if just a little better execution.
For sure. A lot of game to be played left.
Yep.
Let's not get the Daubers down. Let's stay positive here.
And that will send Tyrus Clegg, Cody Blocker. Clegg on the far right side of your screen, or the kind of deep side, and Blocker in the near side. Carter Moore to kick off. And make sure to stick around at halftime. We're going to hear from a couple of our STC Activity Booster members. We're going to talk to them about how they've been active throughout the past year, some of the projects that they've contributed to, as well as some recent Jam the Gym and Pin the Gym dates that have been announced just after Wednesday's booster meeting. So some announcements and Booster Club promotion coming your way here on halftime.
Those Jam the Gyms are always, and Pin the Gyms are always a fun night. Bring a lot of fans, put them in the stands. Okay, Clegg coming up again hard. He's going to try to cut back all the way across the field to the near side here and makes a move.
Little acrobatics gets Tyrus Clegg just past the 35-yard line to start South Tama's next drive. Decent start here, and South Tama will give it another go. Daniel Weiss grabs the play from Coach Bridgewater.
And it looks like Kyle Youngbear enters the game, the freshman.
And so Youngbear look to
right guard in there, right guard. Emerson Bridgewater at right tackle, so you got two freshmen up on the right side of the line.
1st and 10 for Weiss and the Trojans. It's going to be a handoff to Blocker.
ISO up the middle. Bridgewater with a nice lead block, and here goes Blocker up the sideline.
Cody Blocker free up the sideline. Finally gets dragged down. But that's working. Whatever block situation South Tama is putting together there, Cody Blocker is taking advantage, and he's gotten 3 or 4 big gains out of that. And that pushes a first down, gets South Tama into Fairfield territory.
Looked like an ISO to me. Just everybody blocks the guy head up, and then send Bridgewater to pick up the linebacker, and he did a heck of a job. Blocker gets up the hole and busts it to the outside. That's textbook.
1st and 10 on the Fairfield 41. Trojans looking to get on the board here and really start to put some pressure on Fairfield. It's going to be another handoff to Blocker, and he is stuffed.
I don't know if the ball went on the ground there, or looks like the Trojans recovered. So there's a loss on first down.
Talon Bates on the stop. Also 65, Brandon Brinkschroeder in on the action underneath. 2nd and 12 for South Tama.
Okay, so it looks like Blocker and Bridgewater kind of in split backs behind Weiss. No true fullback look here. Going to turn and give it to Bridge. Just slips a little bit maybe on his cut.
Ooh, and Bridgewater kind of bent over a defender there.
Yeah, there was somebody on his legs. He kind of got folded over backwards a bit. No gain on the play.
And he kind of makes his way up. Looks to be all right. 3rd and 11 now for South Tama after a short loss.
These numbers on these black jerseys are a little tricky sometimes.
They are, yep.
Between your 10s and 18s and 12s.
They're a little tall, a little narrow, and that's the 18 and the 10. That's one of the toughest ones. But
it's a doozy.
Kinzer's had more kind of accessories on, so he's been a little easier to identify.
That's how you pick him out.
Third and 11 now for Weiss and company. Pitch out to Blocker.
Blocker getting some depth, and he's got the edge. He's going to get a first down.
Cody Blocker
And Blocker's kind of playing some football tonight. He's turning it on.
Throwing the offense on the shoulders and getting South Tama down the field. Another first down, critical, really a critical third down conversion here for South Tama as they get deeper into Fairfield territory.
Much needed.
Weiss and Jeanette come on. Tyrus Clegg trots off.
Nice toss, sealed the edge well. Good blocking up front for South Tama.
Trojans all the way to that far hash.
Thompson, the receiver, to the near side. Weiss under center in the I formation. He's going to give to Blocker on the ISO. Bridgewater leading. And Blocker able to get positive yardage on first down. 3-yard gain for Blocker.
And so we haven't seen too many carries for Gavin Bridgewater, but he has been doing a lot of work just as a blocking fullback and put one of your biggest, most athletic bodies, out there in space to kind of give Cody Blocker room to go. And that's been a big part of how South Tama has been able to move the ball here in their run game.
Yeah, you got to take pride in that lead blocking if you're Bridgewater at that fullback position. He's a football player, though.
2nd and 7 here on the 25.
Blocker again on the ISO. And he's going to be close to the first down mark.
Ran out of bounds by the horde of Fairfield Trojans. 3rd and 2 now for South Tama. Another third down.
So with my unofficial stats here, Blocker came into the game with 75 yards, and he just eclipsed that. He has 76 yards here in the first half. So he's having a heck of a night.
3rd and 2 for South Tama on the 20. They reach red zone territory. And let's see if we can put something together here and get in the end zone.
Weiss, Bridgewater, Blocker in the backfield. Weiss on the sneak. Maybe that second effort. He kept those legs churning, didn't he?
He did, yep. Daniel Weiss gets the conversion, gets the first down, and Trojans keep the drive alive here. 1st and 10 on what's got to be the 18. 17 will be marked.
Nice job by Weiss keeping the legs going because the initial hit was...
He was right there. Yeah,
right.
Met him right there.
Kept those legs... He wasn't going back to the huddle without that first down.
No. On the 17 here, South Tama looking good in their run game. And just getting the points on the board, I think, you hope to kind of put some pressure against Fairfield and see if they crack a little bit, and then can you take advantage of those moments?
Make it a one-score game. Weiss rolling. He's got Bridgewater in the flats for a short pass, but Bridgewater makes one miss, and he's down around the
just outside of the end zone.
Yep.
A couple Trojans kind of swooped in there and tried to tomahawk the ball away, but they were Bridgewater was able to kind of keep it tight. Shucked off one tackler there and kind of got another 5 yards on that. 1st and goal now for South Tama on the 2.
All right, we're going to see a sneak from Weiss, a dive from Bridgewater, an ISO to Blocker, maybe a toss to Blocker.
A lot of options here with South Tama's run game kind of making their way.
Taking shape, field. Isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Weiss under center. It's going to be a pitch out to Blocker.
Just missed that cornerback out there on that block. So he gets just back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
No gain on the play, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and goal on the 2.
Just got to get a positive yard the next 3 plays.
Right.
Just move the ball forward. Also got my eye open for number 11, Chase Gustafson, if he enters. He's active tonight.
Yeah, Gustafson kind of working his way back from a knee injury and expected that he was going to be out for the remainder of the season, but he's kind of been rehabbing and feeling better. Started on special teams, so we'll see if he kind of can find his way into the offensive picture here.
Hand off to Bridgewater. He takes a little sidestep in the backfield, and he is in. And so there's a touchdown for South Tama.
South Tama. Gavin Bridgewater gets in the end zone, and the Trojans are on the board.
It's a one-score ball game. Bridgewater on a 2-yard run, made one little move in the backfield, and then put his shoulder pads down.
Adrian Valle lining up for the extra point.
Adrian Valle.
And the PAT looks good. South Tama narrows it to a one-score game, 14-7. And we'll see.
South Tama's coming off the field with a little hop and pop, little pop in their step.
Gotta feel good about that drive. Nothing.
Yeah.
Fairfield didn't give him any. There were no kind of mess ups, no easy stuff. South Tama executed all the way down the field and capped it off with a touchdown. So they gotta feel good about that one.
And number 60, Drew Melly's the sophomore, looking like a little spark plug coming off the field there.
He's been I've seen him.
He's coming around.
Yeah.
He's doing some good things.
Yeah, he's looked focused a lot. Every time I kind of see him on the sideline or during the Frosh game, he's had that intensity. So good to see that here, kind of making its way into the varsity game. And hey, this Monday Frosh situation might be something to unlock here for South Tama. As it seems to be paying off well.
Yeah, the Frosh are rolling right now. They're doing well. Coach Pesca and Sue Honeck are probably thinking, hoping these guys don't get hurt.
Right,
for
exactly,
Monday,
exactly.
It's all for the greater good, I think.
Yeah.
So here's Gustafson down at the bottom of the screen. First time I've seen him in, but he must have been on special teams earlier, huh?
Yeah.
I tell you what, Valle, I saw him punting in pregame, and he was kicking bombs.
He's got a boot. Yeah, he really does. It's just a matter of the kind of athleticism and the
catching a snap, getting your steps. You got guys running in your face.
Just a lot of things you got to kind of put together in those punt situations. But the distance is definitely there, and he looked good early on too in those first 2 or 3 weeks. Some really nice punts. So we'll see if we can get back to that. Hopefully, South Tama doesn't have to do too many.
So Bridgewater slams into that wedge of Fairfield. Just kind of throws caution to the wind there. Runs into the fray. I saw him in class today. He told me that's my job. On kickoff, I don't even have to try to make the tackle. I just go smash into the lead blockers there.
Sam Wheaton and company will line up on the 25 for their next drive.
So Wheaton, Bates at fullback, Miller in the tailback position. They're in a I slot look. Both these teams run a similar offense. It's a handoff to Miller. Makes a cutback. Nice tackle. I don't know if that was Jeanette.
I think that was Bridgewater.
Okay.
Looked like a WWE movie. Just
kind
kind
of slid
of looks like he had his body going one way and grabbed the kid and kind of put him to the ground.
Looks like maybe he came off the ropes there. And
right. 2nd and 9 here for Fairfield, deep in their own territory on the 27. Trojans receive the ball to start the game, so they will kick off.
So Jeanette and Dolash swap. Dolash must play on the tight end side. I formation for Wheaton. He's going to give to Miller again on an ISO. Similar play. Looks like it went the other way.
Fairfield pushing the pile. And Miller will make his way down just inside the 35.
Jacob Youngbear on the tackle.
Medina also in on there. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
See, even if they give up a first down here, I don't mind this.
Yeah.
Because we're making them earn it, No big plays, not getting gouged for 12, 13 yards a pop.
On the 34, Fairfield, 2 receivers wide out on either side. It'll be another handoff to Miller. Short gain, might have it. And I don't think, yes, he does have it.
Yep.
Robles on the stop for STC, but that will be good enough for a first down for Fairfield. They get it just.
And it's a illegal motion, or?
We got a flag out. I didn't see that one come out.
Oh, man, the chain already moved. Oh, boy. Oh, I saw the referees talking. I thought maybe I saw a flag go down, but then I looked again, and I didn't see that yellow flag on the ground.
So we got refs over here talking things over.
Of course, the chains already moved, so where do you put the chains? How do you know where they go, right?
It's going to go against Fairfield, and so South Tama will kind of have the benefit of the Fairfield penalty. It's just a matter of where you're going to put the spot.
Well, I don't think it's a first down then. But where do you? The stick's already moved.
Well, we wait and see here. The officials kind of figuring that out a little bit, and we will see.
And they're marching Fairfield backwards. This game's going pretty quickly. Only 4 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, not a ton of penalties, and
Nope.
both offenses have had long drives.
All right, so we'll get these chains figured out here.
Make sure to stick around for halftime. We're going to hear from the STC Activity Booster Club. Got a lot to learn from them. Keely Upa and Steve Bearden coming up to talk. I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, Berkwood Village, Tama Toledo, Salt Creek Wind, Mercy Care Tama, Iowa Premium, State Bank of Toledo, S&S Car Wash, Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, Robach Lumber, Stein Robach Floor Covering, Medicap Pharmacy, Mark West and Hoyer Law Office, Assured Partners Insurance, Appraisal and Realty Services, Sharn Webbers, and TFD Photo and Film. All of our Trojan Country broadcasts also made possible by the Charlie Townsley Memorial. Thanks to all of our sponsors for their support this season. We have needed their support to stay on the air, get our internet, mobile internet, allowing us to broadcast all over the central and eastern Iowa regions, as well as put us on the road when we have away games. We got 2 away games coming up on Friday next week, and the week after we'll be at Benton next Friday and at Solon over in Johnson County over there for our regular season finale. So the home finale here tonight for South Tama, it's senior night. Had 37 seniors from the marching band, cross country, and the football programs recognized. And we are still trying to figure out this.
Coaches,
Coaches
come on
are
over,
gonna
guys.
take
Let's talk it out. These guys are.
I should have.
Oh, no. Go back out there.
No. So we're.
All right, so the play is negated, so it's still 3rd down, 3rd and 7 here for the Fairfield Trojans.
We'll see if the kind of unusual break in the action will kind of
And there's-
disrupt things
yeah.
for Fairfield.
Sticking to that I formation. And it's going to be a pass. Going to throw the ball again. Here's
Wheaton
Wheaton.
rolling
He's going to
out.
run the ball.
And he tucks and runs. Does he have enough?
Probably a wise choice by Wheaton.
Yep. Big body too. I mean, might as well use the length and the.
He's one of their bigger backs.
Yep. And we'll see where the spot is. Right on it.
Ooh.
So that'll bring up a 4th and inches likely.
Okay. Thought we might see the measure. Stop the game again. Hey,
I
let's
think
measure
so
this.
too, yeah.
This is a big play for South Tama.
It is.
Stop them here. Great field position. March one into the end zone, and all of a sudden we got a
Right
tie ball
before
game.
halftime, South Tama can get on the board again. Maybe some pressure coming.
I think they're just going to keep the ball in Wheaton's hands. He's going to lean forward on a
Yep.
sneak.
Yep.
Does he need a foot?
And a timeout called by Fairfield. They're going to talk things over, make sure they know what they're doing.
They surely won't punt, will they? I mean, they could.
Yeah, well.
Gosh, all they need is a foot. But Wheaton does the punting as well for Fairfield. And if bound is correct, he's averaging 39.5 yards a punt.
Wow. Okay.
That's excellent for
Yep.
a high school kid. Like he could maybe play on Saturdays one of these years as a punter.
Right. And nice to have that quarterback in that position. If you got a kind of audible and something breaks up and you got to throw the ball, you got somebody that can handle it well back there.
Oh yeah, I'd love that. You got a guy you can throw a fake in there whenever you want.
Yeah.
You can throw the ball, run it. So Fairfield only throwing the ball once thus far in the first half with 3:38 left.
All right, here we go. South Tama needing to stop a 4th and inches situation here. Nobody's stepping back to punt, so we are going to play on. We'll see if we get a quarterback sneak and if Fairfield can keep their drive going late in the second quarter.
And they're going to give it to
And that's a first down and then some.
Case and Miller.
Miller again. He has been the
Surprise,
bell cow.
surprise, yep.
Yeah.
So about a 4-yard gain for Miller.
1st and 10 now for Fairfield as they get up to the 30. Nope, the 42.
Jeanette and Dolash at defensive ends. Youngbear is the linebacker to the near side.
Wheaton under center with the fullback and Miller deep back behind him. It's Miller again on the handoff.
Great stop by the guys up front there. And there's some pushing and shoving going on.
Robles.
Yeah, Robles is tough to
And
move off that ball. McBride.
in there too. Yep.
So that was Miller, correct? For
Yeah, Miller again.
about a
A
yard.
yard. 2nd and 9 now for Fairfield on the 43. South Tama got in the end zone a few minutes ago. Just a big run-heavy drive, march down the field. Touchdown by Gavin Bridgewater. That got them the touchdown. The PAT by Valle was good. And now here they are trying to stop Fairfield's drive with 2 minutes and a half left to go here in the first half.
And it's a sweep. Miller. Young Bear all over it. Jacob Youngbear doing some good work out there at the outside linebacker position. McBride, and I like McBride at that defensive tackle position. He doesn't give much ground in there, especially when he's right next to Robles.
3rd and 5 for Fairfield on their 46. Be another really nice opportunity to
Agreed.
stand things up here. A little worse field position than the last 3rd and 4th down. But nonetheless, 3rd and 5 here.
I slot right. And
Wheaton rolling out, looking to throw. Pressure in the backfield, and Wheaton
Bridgewater.
goes.
What?
Oh, wow, I thought
I
that
thought
was a
Bridgewater
tackle.
brought him down.
I thought so too, but a flag is out.
Yeah, I don't know if it was. Maybe they grabbed a hold of Bridgewater's face mask when he was in there.
Little scatter shot here after kind of bodies go.
So is this Bridgewater
Flying.
coming off the field or Jeanette?
This is. I can't tell. That's
That's got to be Jeanette.
no, that doesn't. Yeah,
I can't tell if it's a 18 or a 10.
it doesn't look like
I think
Bridgewater.
It's a 10.
I think that's Jeanette. Yeah.
So I think it was Bridgewater getting in there on the pressure. And the penalties against Fairfield.
Coming in for South Tama. It's going to be Emerson Bridgewater, number 58.
He's going in at defensive end, I'm assuming. Yeah.
3rd and 5 still. No, excuse me. 3rd and 15 on the 46.
They're going to try to throw the ball again here. Same play. Oh, they turn around and throw the screen to Miller.
Miller got some room to run.
Young Bear got hit in the. That's a block in the back right there on the edge.
And
that's not a wise play by the Fairfield offensive tackle there because I don't think Young Bear was going to make the play.
no,
I think he was out of it.
He was done. Yep. So a flag out after the block in the back, and that will kind of disrupt Fairfield once again. A couple penalties here, kind of mucking things up for Fairfield late into the second quarter. They will receive the ball. Fairfield will receive in the 3rd.
They're kind of milking the clock out here in the second half with this drive. So it's a 3rd and a mile for Fairfield. We'll see some play action passing again. Or a toss. You might see that little reverse again that we saw earlier.
Or another
Screen to Miller.
Screen to Miller, quarterback.
And they're going to
Drop.
break the huddle with 12 guys. So I think
They just
that's
There's a
and there's
flag.
the flag. So Fairfield kind of
unraveling here a little bit in this drive.
I hate to be their coach at halftime.
Right. So all good things, though, for South Tama is they've got their opponent kind of disrupted a bit.
We're in a one-score game here.
And number 21, that was Talon Bates, that ran off the field to try and avoid the penalty, but
He's usually their fullback, so they must have tried to go with been trying to go with something different, different type of formation. And Wheaton's limping around out there a bit.
Minute 6 here to go in the first half. 3rd and 31.
Okay. So Weiss hustling over there at cornerback to pick up that receiver on the far side. They're just going to give it to the fullback and try to finish out the quarter here. Man, you get 2 or 3 guys on them, just start ripping the ball. Third guy, just start trying to rip that ball out.
That was number 42, Calvin McLean, on the carry. He's
new
a
ball carrier.
sophomore, yeah.
Or do you get a yard?
If that, yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's see. What they? Emerson Bridgewater gets the tackle. So he got a yard. Yep. We're going to call it 3rd and 30. So if we have 4th and 30. Minute left here in the second quarter.
So we might get to see Wheaton's leg here one time.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
You would assume that those stats were correct on bound. I think it's required for the coaches to put them in themselves. So
4th down. And do we see Wheaton stepping back to punt? He is going to be back there. And he is a little gimped up.
Clegg back to receive. So if Wheaton's a little dinged up, I don't know. He's turning and handing off the ball most of the time anyway.
So Clegg will be set up just out of frame here on the 40-yard line. And now another player. All right, here's Wheaton to punt.
Oh, it is blocked. Oh, man.
And
So the
Tyrus Clegg picks it up on the left side, making his way down.
So the punt is blocked, and Clegg able to catch it off the block. And we've got 52 seconds. South Tama's setting up on the 28-yard line or so.
Time for the Trojans to find the gas pedal here a little bit.
Wow. If there was 2 minutes left in the half, it'd be a little bit better. But we've got a few plays. We can run a few plays. South Tama still has all 3 timeouts as well. So see a little game management here from Coach Doran. I formation.
52 seconds here for Daniel Weiss and the Trojans. After the
Weiss
punt.
rolling out to his right, flips it over. It's a middle screen. Here's Bridgewater.
Bridgewater,
And
nice gain, getting inside the 20.
There is a flag on the play.
And so the first quarter really sped by, and now we've got penalties kind of left and right that have slowed things down in the second quarter.
So I can only assume this is going to go against South Tama here.
Yeah, South Tama getting ready to move back.
Guys in the press box over here getting a little excited too.
Yeah, we're getting. It sounds like Steve Chima when one of your heavyweights is doing well.
Yeah. Pretty animated dude, pretty passionate guy.
Feel the intensity over here just across the.
Yeah,
the
he's been our
partition.
middle school wrestling coach for 20-some years, and he was a middle school football coach for quite a while as well. I think he was my freshman football coach as well.
Wow. 1st and 15 for South Tama out of this penalty.
The clock's running.
30 seconds to go here.
I need a little sense of urgency here. It's first down still. We got a few plays if we can get this
Weiss
clock managed.
looking to throw up the middle.
Finds Dolash.
Dolash dragged down.
So picks up about 12.
Now South Tama will take their timeout. So they will stop the clock.
20 seconds remain in the half. I thought Weiss was going to shot put that ball. It looked like he almost threw it with 2 hands.
He did. Yeah. It was,
Maybe didn't have a good grip on it or couldn't find the laces.
Well, it's the first real cold game out.
That's true.
Could be a little adjustment needed there.
I bet them boys are sweating pretty good by now.
Yeah,
though.
they're warmed up for sure.
They always wear a lot of times tights or sleeves under their jerseys at halftime. Those things are soaking wet. You got to take it all off.
How's the week been at the high school over there in the
You know, that
STC?
transition week coming off of homecoming is always kind of nice. You know, kids are run so ragged over that homecoming week, and homecoming's fun, but it's just kind of nice to get back to a little bit of normalcy. So,
Yep. All right, out of this timeout, South Tama will have 20 seconds on the clock. They just got the ball off of a 4-and-out. A block punt kind of gave them the good field position here. And
Weiss in the shotgun. Bridgewater going to his right. Weiss looking for Bridgewater. He kind of throws it up.
Down the
in and
field.
out of his hands.
And just beyond the outstretched hands of Gavin Bridgewater. Still 14 seconds left with third down coming.
And I think that was Weiss's first incomplete pass of the night outside of the INT.
Yeah. 3rd and 4, ball on the 22.
I don't know if Bridgewater maybe kind of looked like he took his eye off the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of looked at the defender for a second because Weiss kind of put it on him. Okay, so Weiss back under center. We're back in the I formation. Bridgewater and blocker lined up behind Weiss.
And the snap goes to the ground, and that will burn it down for South Tama with 12 seconds now. And so, and you got to just wonder if, South Tama's offense has not been able to just run things in game situations very often with these blowout losses that have come. Things have just kind of dissolved, and makes these situations a little harder when you have to be able to execute quickly and efficiently in higher pressure situations. So 2 seconds left. Now another timeout will be called.
Okay, so last play of the half. So they let the clock run down just to assure that it's the last play of the half.
And they'll heave it down the field maybe one last time.
Yep. Try to take a shot to the end zone. Assuming we're going to see Weiss line up in the shotgun situation again. Going to look for Dolash, Bridgewater out there. Maybe a trick, maybe a little trickery here.
Right. Right. 2 seconds left to go here on the 22.
We're going to kick a field goal here.
Wow. Okay, so Adrian Valle will get the wind here. So the wind is blowing at his back. And Valle will have about a 40-yard boot.
I know he's got the leg. He hasn't kicked one like this before, so see how we handle the pressure all around here, the whole team-wise. Weiss gets the snap down. Valle. Does it have the distance?
Decent.
Oh, it's off the bar.
Just to the right. No good.
Oh, man, that was close.
Not a bad look there. Not a bad look. And so halftime will come. South Tama trailing 14-7 against Fairfield here on senior night. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we will hear from a couple of our STC Activity Booster members. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for being with us.
Sometimes I wanna know if everything is real. It could all be in my head. It's the thing that makes you feel. It's harder when you breathe.
Tama County farmers have been the economic engine of our community for generations. Every year, they face risks in weather, market prices, fuel costs, and other factors. Luckily, a wind project can help mitigate those risks. For the next 50 years, dozens of farming families have chosen to add another cash crop to their operation in the form of wind generation. They have the right to use their land as they see fit, the freedom to farm wind. Learn more about how Tama County wins with wind power at freedomtofarmwind.com. Welcome back, South Tama Trojan fans. It's halftime here, the Salt Creek Wind halftime show. I'm joined by a couple of our STC activity boosters, Keely Upa, Steve Bearden. How are you guys doing this evening?
We're good.
Chilly, I bet.
Much
Oh my
warmer
goodness.
up here.
It is warmer up
You
here.
guys have both been down in the STC trailer tonight. It is also Booster Appreciation Night. Tell us a little bit about that. How that kind of came together.
I guess I could say Steve kind of came up with the idea to do a booster member appreciation meal for all the support that community members of South Tama have given to the Booster Club in order for us to help all the activities that take place. So we had Iowa Premium Beef donate all the hamburgers and grill them for us. We had Sharon Weber's donate the water.
Awesome.
So hopefully all of our booster members are enjoying a meal on the Booster Club.
All right. Well, yeah, great to kind of bring that into the senior night experience here on Friday night. But let's talk a little bit about the STC Booster Club. You guys have been hard at work over the past year, a ton of projects that you've been involved in. Let's talk first about some of those projects. In any order you want to give us, tell us some of the donations that have been made and some of the projects that have gone on here at South Tama.
Well, we try to fill in the gap where the school, doesn't have the funds or are not allowed to do some of those things. And so that's really where we come in. And we have so many great members who have donated year after year after year. I see all those names every year, and you really, get to see the people, and they kind of trust us, right, to do what we think is right with the money. And we work really closely with Chelsea Aarons, the activities director, and she brings us lots of projects and things that maybe they need help funding or some guidance with. So.
And you've been doing membership for the Booster Club for a while now, right?
I have.
That's been kind of your. So tell us about how many members does the Booster Club boast, and what is kind of the that revenue that comes in from the support of those members?
Right. So really, we have two main fundraising moments. The first is our golf tournament we have every August, and that it's they kind of hit at the same time actually, and then we start our membership drive. So really between those two events, we bring in close to $40,000, and then we spend the rest of the year allocating that for some great projects around the district. So again, like I said, people are very generous, and we see those names and we see those businesses, and when we ask for help, they just show up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I noticed the same thing with our support here in Trojan Country. It's a lot of the same folks, a lot of the same businesses that are coming up and stepping up. And really, from my perspective, when you see a football team that's maybe struggling a little bit, the wins maybe aren't there in a certain year, I haven't had to kind of put a sales pitch together for these folks and these businesses. They're here and supporting South Tama, and I'm sure you guys notice that as well.
Yeah, we do. We're both alumni here. Yeah. And so, it means a lot to us to continue to support and promote, to be honest. I mean, when we have, maybe a football season where, we're struggling a bit on the field, it's really that's the time to promote and really kind of keep the spirits up. We do a lot in the community, just trying to, keep out, signs in the community and things like that we can encourage people to, stick with your team. That's when they need you the most, right?
Yeah.
So
Any specific projects or accomplishments that the Booster Club has done in the last year? It doesn't matter. I mean, whatever you'd like to highlight. I know something that just comes to mind is the school board at the basketball and the roundhouse there, and we see that in the volleyball season really kind of adds to the atmosphere. Anything else you can kind of fill us in on?
One of the big projects that we did here at the football field was provide the football stadium with new goalposts this year.
Yeah.
And along with those goalposts, once soccer season starts, you'll see new soccer goals.
Excellent.
So that was kind of a 2-in-1 combined package that came along with that. We've been able to support the baseball and softball complexes many different times. We've worked with the wrestling program to support some record boards so that the boys and now the girls wrestling record boards
Yeah.
would match. Just recently at our meeting on Wednesday, we were able to support the tennis program and get them a shed so that they can store their own equipment.
Well, I got to interject here too. We got head girls tennis coach Steve Bearden, and I just saw come
I think
across.
you had something to do with that.
Well, yeah, well, no, but what I want to talk about is South Tama going to get to host the WAMAC tournament here coming up
We are.
with
we
their
are.
new facility, and just talk about what kind of that excitement or what that kind of means to be able to have that hosting opportunity.
Well, I tell you, after this will be, I think, my 17th year of coaching, and I play tennis here too.
Yeah.
And so just to have a facility that we can be so proud of and show off. And, the best part of it is to hear people when they walk up to it.
Yeah.
Because they all share, like, whoa, this is amazing, and it's great to hear that. We hosted 2 years ago. It rained for about 8 hours,
no.
I swear.
Yeah.
We finally finished the tournament like at 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Luckily, we have lights.
Yeah.
But honestly, we're excited.
Yeah.
We kept saying, pick us, let us do it. We want to do it. And so, Andrew Rutledge and I work really well together. She's the boys coach.
Yep.
We support each other, and we're excited. We're thrilled.
So, make sure to kind of circle that or keep that in the back of your mind as we come to the spring season. That South Tama does not get to host a lot of WAMAC events just from the size of the schools and some of our facilities that just aren't quite compatible all the time. But here's a really nice opportunity to bring a lot of schools and a lot of just attention to the South Tama community.
We
and
keep
highlight
trying
that.
to get you to come out and do a broadcast from us. We have 6 tennis
You're gonna
courts.
pin me down on air. I like it, and we'll be there. We
He
will
is
be
calling
there.
you
I
out
mean,
right
it's a
now.
beautiful facility. It'll look great on
Fair
screen.
enough.
So.
Fair enough. Yep.
I mean, I could help
Yeah. Well,
commentate. I don't know anything
you've
about
got the
tennis.
experience
Oh,
right here, and I
goodness.
think you'll
sure.
be good to go.
Sure, I'll be right. I'll take
right.
care of
I
that.
do think we want to say too, people think about activity boosters and they think just athletics,
Yep.
and we really want to make sure people understand we provide to anybody that's an activity at South Tama. So we really push the fine arts to come to us.
Yep.
We'd love to support them. I think maybe 2 years ago now, the drama department had the opportunity to go to
Right.
Gallagher Blue Dorn, and just the size of that stage was
Right.
sort of out of their reach. And we provided funding so they could build a bigger set and
I know
things
South
like
Tama
that.
Esports and Game Squad has
Yes.
been a participant that's non-athletic.
Even
too.
the marching band has come to
Right.
us and said, hey, can you help us with some props on the field? Absolutely. So, we do. We want people to understand that activity just means activity. We help, clubs that are maybe not a full-fledged sport yet. Archery club we've helped
Yeah.
in the past, yoga club, all kinds of stuff.
That's
So,
great. That's great.
Yeah, we're there for everybody.
So how can people kind of get tuned in? I know we got a lot of Trojan fans and families that are involved. What are good ways to kind of get plugged into what's going on with the Booster Club?
I would have to say one of our biggest things is your membership allows you to become a member of the Booster Club. Our meeting is the first Wednesday of every month at 5:30 at the Tama Toledo Country Club. We'd like to see more people in the community come be involved with a group that supports all activities at South Tama. You can be a middle school parent. You can be a high school parent. Your student can be in drama. Your student can be in marching band. Your student can be out for archery. We would love to see new members come with new ideas. The more members that we have, maybe the more activities we're able to do.
Yep.
And you don't have to have somebody in school,
course.
to do it. If you're just a proud alumni who, wants to stay involved and connected, we encourage you to, reach out to us. We have a pretty good Facebook page, that I try to keep up to date on it. And so it has all the information. A lot of the projects that we do, we try to highlight on there just so people know where their money's going.
Yep.
It's kind of turned into, I think a lot of clubs and organizations are at that stage where it's hard to get people to come to a meeting and hard to get people to be involved. But, what we find out is people are willing to donate the money and they really do trust us to do what's best with the money.
Yep.
but we'd love to have them there to help us make those decisions
Yeah,
too.
of course.
So.
And another really, just having been to booster meetings in the past, it's a really nice opportunity to get an update from Chelsea Aarons, our AD. She kind of gives a recap every meeting, and that really, I like to get those emails just to read through her report and just hear what's going on. That's really informative. Some coaches usually come with their requests and they have things to say. So it's just a good way to, if you want to stay plugged into South Tama sports and activities and what's going on outside of the classroom, a really nice opportunity to do that once a month. So tell us what day of the week and where do you guys meet? How can we find members find those meetings?
It is the first Wednesday of every month.
Okay.
At 5:30 at the Tama Toledo Country Club.
All right.
Bring friends. I'd just like to highlight quickly 2 more events that we just
Please.
added
Yes,
on our
yes.
calendar. We usually do, so you don't think we're just with the fall sports.
Right.
We go ahead and take care of the winter sports too. We do a Pin the Gym and a Jam the Gym night. Our Pin the Gym night will be December 7th for the boys and girls wrestling at South Tama.
All right.
We do some fun giveaways. We do some fun activities with them.
Halftime stuff, I remember.
Yep. And then we have a Jam the Gym, which is a boys and girls event against Benton on January 19th. So once again, we do a free throw contest. We have giveaways then too. So those are 2 excellent times for you to be able to come out and help support those winter sport activities also.
And also, usually those nights, if correct me if I'm wrong, but that Benton game is going to be girls and boys, so
Yep.
a really nice opportunity to get both teams in the building, have both fan bases from the parents from both teams able to come together and experience those that kind of full gym atmosphere. It's hard in the WAMAC with that split up, but I am noticing more of those WAMAC schools starting to pair our basketball games together.
Yes.
I believe
So-
Chelsea said the other night that's coming, that they're
Yeah.
starting to do that more and
Love to
more.
see that.
So,
Yep.
which is great.
Yep.
And there's free popcorn usually. So
All right.
that night, if you wear your South Tama gear, we're happy to give you a free bag of popcorn.
All
So
right, all right.
and lots of other fun things. So
Well, you guys stay warm over there in the trailer tonight, and make sure to South Tama get in touch with the SDC Booster Club. A really good way to do that is through their Facebook. Thank you very much, Keely and Steve,
Thanks,
for your
Darvin.
time.
We appreciate
absolutely,
it.
thank
All
you.
right, that was South Tama Booster members Keely Upa and Steve Bearden. We'll be back with the third quarter here in a moment. Thanks for being with us. Welcome back, Trojan fans. We're ready to start the third quarter. Darvin Graham and Nate Van Dyke with you here this evening. Some thoughts here as we go into quarter number 3, Nate. And we had a little bit of whirlwind halftime there, but
Well, I think we're starting to establish some rhythm. We're getting those positive yards on first down just by a quick look at the stat sheet, not adding anything up. But I think South Tama leads in both rushing and passing. So I think outside of that initial interception return for a touchdown on the first drive, and then there's another good tackle out there. And outside of that initial interception for a touchdown, South Tama's kind of controlling the game here. Just find ourselves down by a score.
all right. So it will be Fairfield to control the ball first in the third quarter.
South Tama's got a player down out there right at the spot of the tackle. Coach Doran and Dr. Ian Slagle hustling over to check him out, but he's being helped up by a couple of his teammates. I think it's Bridgewater. And he is going to
He's trotting around.
come out of the game, or
Yeah, looks like he's headed to the sideline there.
I think if you
If you go down, you got to
come out for a
Yep.
play. Yeah.
That's Gustafson also coming out.
Yep. Helping his buddy up. So Fairfield takes over at the 20-yard line. And let's see if South Tama can make him earn a drive here or maybe get a takeaway. Haven't seen a turnover yet for South Tama.
No. Sam Wheaton company. Wheaton under center, hands off.
To Miller, Dolashin on the tackle. The initial stop, McBride finishes him off.
Sturdy front defense there for South Tama.
So Miller gets a yard, and he's only sitting at 37 rushing yards so far on the night, so less than what he's used to. You know, he averages over 100 yards a game. Dolash and McBride team up for the tackle there. McBride starting on the interior defensive line this week. Wheaton taking the snap. Tosses it out to Miller. Miller's got a little green. Young Bear does a good job of turning him inside, and the flow from South Tama able to bring Miller down for just a 3-yard gain.
3rd and 8.
These are the
Fairfield
situations
Trojans.
we have to get Fairfield into, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. Really like the momentum South Tama. I mean, they weren't able to convert on that short drive after Fairfield went 4 and out, but I just like the kind of the momentum South Tama had.
All the momentum.
Yeah.
Fairfield's in a shotgun here for the first time. He's got a running back to each side. He's going to flip it out on the screen. Clegg giving chase. Great open field tackle out there by Cody Blocker.
Receiver was number 4, Bodie Hoskins, a senior.
And that's going to move the sticks.
First and 10 now for South Tama on the 30.
Great open field tackle out there by Blocker, and he was kind of the last guy to beat. So forcing Fairfield into some passing situations here early in the half. Wheaton on the give to Miller up the middle. And it's going to be Bridgewater and Young Bear teaming up.
Kyle Youngbear on the tackle for South Tama. Now 2nd and 7 for Fairfield.
Trying really hard not to say Trojans here.
I know,
How
yeah.
about you?
I have to stop myself every time. It's the Trojan Bowl. We had one last year, too. We have with West Marshall. early
That's
on,
right.
yeah.
First game of the season. I think I was with you.
Yep. On the 32 now, Fairfield pushing ahead.
So we're going to see more Wheaton, Bates, and Miller here. And it's Bates getting the handoff up the middle for a short gain. Only his 2nd carry of the night. Gain of 2. Yeah, Wheaton's the quarterback for Fairfield is kind of limping around out there, but he's like a pretty tough kid. Okay, 3rd down and 4 to go for Fairfield. And they are back in that shotgun with a running back to either side. Wheaton steps back, tosses the ball on a
to the
slant.
right side.
And they're going to pick up about 10.
And trying to get that number again. That was number 9, Landon Nordurft. And that will bring up first down now for Fairfield.
Bring up a 1st and 10, ball on the 48-yard line.
Okay, so Fairfield throwing the ball a little bit. Back to the I formation.
Did I see a flag go out there?
I don't know. They're all both teams kind of stood up and they're looking around.
Officials talking to him in the middle there.
They're counting players.
And we did have too many players on the field for Fairfield early on, so maybe.
Yeah, they broke the huddle with 12 guys. I think we saw Bates hustling off the field trying to. So he's waves off the flag. All right, 1st and 10 for Fairfield.
First and 10 on the 48. Another handoff up the middle. Miller just gets beyond the 50.
And the Trojans just swarming them in there. I think McBride and Robles are just tough to move in the interior.
Robles about took down Kyle Young. They're just trying to get off the the turf.
Welcome to Varsity, Kyle. So we've got Kyle Youngbear, Bridgewater, Jacob Youngbear, and Clegg in at the linebacker. It's probably kind of fun for the Youngbear family to see both those boys out there playing together. Senior and a freshman. And here's that reverse again. And I think that's Bates on the reverse.
Number 21, yep. Talon Bates, he's a senior. And it nets a first down.
So Fairfield moving the ball here. Okay.
3rd and 2 now for
the spot of the ball.
And another kind of stoppage here. We could be in for a long second half. The way this is going, it feels like we could come down to it. And
okay, it's 3rd and 2, but I'm looking straight at the ball and the first down marker. That ball is even with the first down. I don't.
Right.
So unless we get them for a loss here, I think they've got the first down.
Yeah. They have converted a couple of times on 3rd and short, 4th and short. And here's
that Bates again? No.
No. 26. That was Dane Burkhart, sophomore, if my roster's to be believed.
Burkhart. And that's Fairfield's 6th different ball carrier tonight.
Wow.
But Case and Miller carrying most of the load with 13 carries. No other rusher over 3 carries. Okay, Wheaton back in the eye. Bates and Miller behind him. And it's that reverse to Bates again.
Pitch to
and
Bates, and he's got room to go.
He's got a full
Bates
head of
cuts
steam.
back into the middle, finally gets drugged down. It was
it's either Jeanette
Bridgewater.
Or it's Bridgewater.
18.
So about a 26-yard gain for Bates on the end around. And let's see if we can get a stop for South Tama. Got to dig our heels in. 1st and goal on the 7. Here's Wheaton. He's going to turn and give to Miller.
And Case and Miller
brought down by Jacob Youngbear.
Punches it up.
So we're starting to call Jacob Youngbear's name a little bit here. He's already had 3 or 4 tackles here in the half.
Robles a little slow to get up off the field.
So we're hustling number 66 in, which is Keaton Sokol. Robles.
Sokol's been primarily an offensive lineman, but I think we saw him a little bit on defense last week. And here he comes in, spotting in for Juan Robles.
South Tama loading up the box. And it's a fullback. No, quarterback's got
Quarterback
it.
throwing out.
Oh, man, he had a receiver wide open.
And Wheaton just dumps it to the ground. Incomplete. Bodie Hoskins, the intended receiver.
So a little play action toward the goal line, and the receiver is wide open out there.
Yeah.
Wheaton's just got to set his feet and throw the ball. Kind of trying to throw it on a full run there, I think.
4, all on the 4-yard line.
Okay, so 3rd and goal on the 4. I'm thinking they're going to dial up a little bit of Case and Miller here. And they will on the toss.
And Miller getting a couple blocks, but he does get drugged down just inside the 5.
Bridgewater gets in there, and Young Bear.
Down from behind by number 18, Gavin Bridgewater.
And I don't think he got much there.
4th and 4.
4th and goal. No, excuse me. 4th and 4.
So we've had a couple big opportunities here for South Tama to make a couple
yeah.
stops.
So far, Fairfield's gotten the better of South Tama in those situations. And
if South Tama can keep them out of the end zone, keep it to a 1-score game here, that'd be a big victory. And they're going back to that shotgun look. Wheaton in the shotgun, and he's going to turn and throw. No, he's going to run the ball.
Slips through, gets brought down, short of the end zone.
And I think Kinzer Jeanette got in there and broke it up.
So South Tama holds strong and will force a turnover on downs. Huge moment there for the defense. That's a really, really encouraging.
Absolutely. Big stop. Digging your heels in at the goal line. Should get him a little bit excited.
And now South Tama's got to be careful here on offense. Backed up into their own goal line.
Yep, positive. Like once again, positive yards here.
Yeah. And you know the we haven't seen too much pressure coming from Fairfield. I mean, they haven't had a sack yet.
Right. Weiss under center, Bridgewater behind him, blocker. Fairfield's bringing a bunch of bodies in here, stunting a bunch of linebackers.
Weiss on the carry.
Weiss keeps it, goes straight ahead.
I think he just ran right past those blitzing linebackers.
Yeah.
Nice little call there. Nice little play.
The Booster Club is selling $5
Moves the ball out to the 10-yard line, so a little bit of breathing room here.
trailer. $5 burgers and chips at the Booster trailer.
You know, the first couple games, Weiss had quite a few more designed runs. I haven't seen that so much the last couple weeks.
2nd down and 4 here on the 10-yard line. Trojans with receivers on either side. Weiss still under center. He's been under center more tonight than in recent weeks.
Blocker on the carry.
Cody Blocker will get the carry going up the left side.
And he's got a first down.
Brought down by number 4, Bode Hopkins.
So Blocker continuing to have a big night. He kind of deserves it. He's been beat up quite a bit this year.
Really, really big first half for Blocker. 3 or 4 really big runs.
Wow.
1st and 10 now on the 15 as South Tama is kind of ratcheting their way away from the end zone.
Yep. Trojans back in the I formation. I think they're blitzing their cornerback off the edge. They are.
Weiss looking
good
to throw,
pickup by Blocker.
going down the field. And
looking at Dolash, and I think Dolash just needs to keep running his route there.
Yeah.
You kind of stop. You look back at the quarterback. One thing that was great job by Cody Blocker. Fairfield blitzed their cornerback on the near side, and he had a free run at Weiss if Blocker wouldn't have stepped up and picked him up. That's good football by Cody Blocker.
Dylan Adams on the coverage there for Fairfield, and the incomplete will force a 2nd and 10. Trojans still on the 15.
Bring up 2nd and 10 for the Trojans.
Not a bad toss by Weiss.
No. He's been fairly accurate. I mean, I don't think his completions tell the complete story of, his passing capability. It's just a matter of the whole unit kind of being able to give him time and being in situations where it makes sense to.
You got to have protection, right? You got to have people running routes, and you got to have timing, and a lot of variables. Weiss can make some stuff happen with his legs too,
pretty
once he gets in
athletic.
a scramble position, yeah. So we're at 3rd and 10 here. Might see play action.
Weiss under center, looking to
Straight
throw.
drop.
Pressure coming, and Weiss now will get sacked in the backfield.
And he was kind of running for his life there as soon
Yeah.
as he got to his drop back.
That was number 58, Carter Moore, on the sack for Fairfield. And now 4th down for South Tama. So they are unable to get into Fairfield territory. They avoid a safety. I mean, that
Yeah, they got the 1 first down to kind of get some breathing room.
and now here's a big moment for
Right.
Valle and the punt unit as
I
they
know.
have struggled in recent weeks, and now they've got to do it from their own end zone.
It's just got to make you nervous after the last couple weeks.
Right.
South
And a
Tama goes
flag.
hard count. So if that's against Fairfield, at least Valle won't be punting from his own end zone.
Right. It will go against Fairfield.
And Valle can boom the ball. This week in the weight room, he had 405 pounds on the back squat. He did it for four reps.
Yee.
He's-
All right, now the penalty will give South Tama a little bit more room to work. I believe we have a new. Can't see quite down that far. Medina is doing the snapping, I believe.
okay.
And so I think we had McBride in there in previous
We did.
weeks. So different snapper. Valle now
Good snap.
will get a kind of a rugby punt off.
It's not a great punt, but if we can get a little roll. So Fairfield going to be in pretty good field position, but we did get the punt off.
So now Fairfield will start on the 37-yard line.
Third quarter almost running out here, too. Only a minute 14. We got two predominantly run-heavy teams. Kind of
Yep.
works that clock down a little bit. And we're kind of in a little battle here. 7-14. South Tama trails by 1 score.
It feels like a Charles City game. It just, as far as the last few times we've seen Charles City, been pretty low scoring, close. The Comets had been in front of South Tama each of those games too. This reminds me a bit of those. Sam Wheaton and company.
So they give it to Burkhardt again up the middle, the fullback. And he'll pick up 7. Kyle Youngbear on the stop for South Tama. And that's a little too much on first down. So Wheaton goes under center in the I formation.
Second down here for Fairfield. It'll be a handoff to Miller up the right tackle.
And not a bad job by South Tama, but he's going to get his 4 yards and a first down.
Brought down by McBride for the Trojans.
And here comes Sokol again for Robles. McBride still playing both ways. Dolash and Jeanette flipping sides. Dolash staying with the strong side. Wheaton under center.
1st and 10 here for Fairfield. It'll be a handoff to Burkhardt. The fullback
Burkhardt on the carry.
punches
Brought down
forward.
by Jacob Youngbear.
And Jacob Youngbear on the tackle. Now, Sokol a little slow to get up.
Send Robles back in. We'll just keep swapping.
Your third quarter.
That'll do it for quarter number 3. We stay scoreless in the third, and that keeps the score 14-7. Fairfield still on top. We're going to take a quick break from our sponsors. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter.
Stop the battle within your soul. You know it's all in your head. Being sad doesn't make you smart. It seems your heart just needs a fresh start. Higher than the rain, far from all the voices telling us we can't. Higher
Welcome back. The start of the fourth quarter. Fairfield leading South Tama 14-7. All the scoring coming in the first half.
Here's that reverse to Bates again. They've been making money on that.
And Bates weaving through traffic finally gets
Miller on the carry.
Ran down by
in the
Bridgewater.
secondary. Yeah.
Bridgewater.
Yeah, that's been a big play for him tonight.
Now first down. So the Bates gets the first, and Fairfield keeps things rolling here.
Man, can we dig our heels in again here and keep him out of the end zone?
Carter Moore has been active in the field goal game this year, so we might be seeing him if South Tama is able to hold
Fullback
strong.
dive to Burkhardt.
Burkhardt on the carry.
Tackled by McBride
Brought down by
for a gain of
McBride.
4.
Second down and 6 now for Fairfield on the 12-yard line. So approaching goal line situation now.
Yeah, we might be in a game where a field goal could be pretty
Yeah.
Ball on the 12-yard line.
pretty important. Wheaton, there's that little reverse again to Bates. And great open field tackle.
Talon Bates on the carry.
And that was Bridgewater. I think no, that
had to
was
be one of the
Weiss.
corners out there. Yeah, it had to be Weiss. Yeah.
That was Daniel
Brought
Weiss
down
on the
by
open
Weiss.
field tackle.
Yeah, great tackle there by Weiss.
Gonna bring up third down. for
Now third
Fairfield.
down and 7. 1 yard loss on the play there from Bates.
Yeah, it's tough to do when you're one-on-one out there.
Right. He kind of just sprawled down to the ankles, and
Yeah.
Bates kind of folded in underneath of him. So,
Just so much space for that ball carrier to navigate.
and maybe that gives
Here's Miller, and I don't think he's getting the first down, but we are in 4-down territory. But like you said, a field goal could be pretty valuable in this type of game.
Brought down by Kyle Youngbear and McBride in on the tackle.
Bride, Kyle Youngbear getting the tackle there now.
And we've got a
Fourth
Fairfield
down.
player down. When he gets helped off the field, it'll be 4th and 3, a long 3. And it's Miller. It's their running back.
So that could be significant. We'll see. Hopefully he's all right. We'll
Once again, Dr. Ian
I'd like to thank our sponsors.
coverage on the field
They
tonight.
include
Thank you,
Brookwood
Dr.
Village
Ian
of Tama,
Slagle.
Toledo, Salt Creek Wind, Mercy Care Tama, Iowa Premium, State Bank of Toledo, SNS Car Wash, Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, Robach Lumber, Stein Robach Floor Coverings, Medicap Pharmacy, Mark West and Hoyer Law Office, Assured Partners Insurance, Appraisal and Realty Services, Sharn Webbers, and TFD Photo and Film. Thanks you to those businesses for their support this season. We do greatly appreciate it. As a broadcast update, we will be live next Friday. It'll be South Tama and Benton over in Van Horn. We'll have that coverage live for you. It's going to be audio-only coverage due to restrictions from the Benton side. And so it'll be a radio broadcast next week from Benton Community. The following Friday will be the regular season closer. South Tama heading to Solon. We'll have that live. Also a radio-only broadcast that night over in Solon. South Tama volleyball team found out this week who they're going to be facing in their playoff matchup. It's going to be South Tama and Benton Community. So South Tama just got done playing Benton a few nights ago on Tuesday, and they will get their next action will be against Benton once more. So they'll have about a week off, and then on the 17th, so that'll be a week from this coming Tuesday, the Trojans will travel up to Van Horn and take on Benton again. I think it could be definitely a winnable matchup considering how Benton played them on Tuesday. South Tama coming away with a one set win, almost got a set 3 victory, and so just we'll have that coverage for you on the 17th. So that's going to be 7 p.m. October 17th. That's a Tuesday, live from Benton. That'll be the first round of the regional playoffs. All right, here we go after the injury timeout.
So we'll see who's going to be running the ball for the Fairfield Trojans.
Looks like we've got
23. Pumphrey.
Yep, Pumphrey, and then
And they're rolling out.
Wheaton
Got a
looking to
receiver
throw.
open and no good.
Incomplete.
Oh man, blocker maybe had lost a step, but able to kind of take a big punch at the ball right when it got to the receiver.
So another
a big stop.
Fourth and out in goal line territory for Fairfield. Man, that has got to be tough. Let's see if so they lose. We don't know how Cason Miller is doing health-wise, but he's out right now. And
so they go with Pumphrey at running back now. Now is he's the one with the interception?
He's the one with the pick
for a
six.
touchdown earlier. Yep. Okay, Weiss under center, and South Tama just keeps hanging around here. Got a long ways to go to get to that end zone, though. But blocker with a little bit of green.
Cody Blocker gets dragged down. A flag comes in. Bates on the tackle.
I think it's coming against South Tama. Just bad timing there on that. It's going to be a hold. Yep.
Holding against South Tama.
And so more pressure up to the end zone now.
Okay. 1st and 13 now for the Trojans. That's too bad because it was another nice little scamper for blocker. He kind of got to the outside and turned on a little jet.
Trojans send receivers on either side. Blocker and Bridgewater in the backfield. Weiss under center.
Going to toss it out to blocker. Gets wide, cuts it upfield, and maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Short gain by blocker brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 11 for South Tama. So backs against the wall here a little bit. Still 9 minutes left to play. Quite a bit of ball game.
Similar situation the last kind of drive for South Tama. They force 4 and out from Fairfield, and the offense unable to kind of punch their way up the field.
So play action from Weiss. They're going to throw that middle screen again, and here's Bridgewater. Gets drugged down from behind, but nice gain.
5-6 yards on the run after there.
Carter Moore on the tackle.
Carter Moore, the tackler.
Bring up 3rd and 3 for South Tama.
So Bridgewater reels in his 3rd reception of the night. And 3rd and 3. Kind of another big play here for South Tama. Every 3rd down at this point in the game, I think, is.
Yep, I think so too. Weiss directing traffic under center. Looking to throw again. Pressure coming right in his face. Weiss lets it go.
I think it's the same play.
Yeah, Bridgewater just kind of
he might have got it.
Pounds his way forward. That'll be a 1st down. So South Tama keeps things rolling.
There you go. What's the best thing to do after a middle screen? A middle screen.
On the 20 now, South Tama after the 1st down conversion. And here is Weiss handing off to blocker. He spins, gets met in the backfield, and will be tackled for a loss.
He was trying to fight for yardage, wasn't he?
Yeah.
By number 26, Dane Burkhardt.
Burkhardt on the tackle.
Okay, once again behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Student section for South Tama getting it fired up a little bit.
They look chilly out there, but they're making good efforts.
Gustafson and Thompson, the receivers. Weiss under center, gives it to Bridgewater met in the backfield.
Gavin Bridgewater drug down a little, kind of a slow spin move there, but it gets just a yard at most.
Number 42, Calvin McLean. Gonna bring up 3rd and 11 for South Tama.
3rd and 11. You almost got to throw the ball here, I think. Dolash bringing the play into Weiss. Says, hey, give me a look out there.
Yet to see that connection. It's been just game script has really been run tonight. And now 3rd and 11 on the 18. South Tama needing to get points on the board here as their defense has given them some opportunities, but
Weiss drops back, scrambling.
Throw pressure straight through the pocket.
Tries to get it across the middle to Thompson, but the throw's just a little bit low. And Weiss under a lot of pressure there.
Yep, really 3 or 4 bodies right around him.
Okay, once again, we got to get this punt off, and a 30, 40-yard punt would be a great deal right now. 6 minutes left in the game. Fairfield's going to look to run down the clock when they get the ball back. Looks like Pumphrey back to return for the Fairfield Trojans.
I think I see Cason Miller. He's the Fairfield player on the bench over there to the far side. So
he's not even on his feet, is he?
No. So he might be done for the night.
Well, hopefully he's not done for the season.
Yeah,
he's got a nice little season going.
Yep.
Nice spiral, nice punt.
Good looking punt there by Adrian Valle.
And Clegg.
And Pumphrey makes his way to the sideline.
So Clegg had to slow down a little bit because you got to give that receiver a little halo there.
Yeah. So Fairfield now forces South Tama into a 3 and out, and they will get the ball in South Tama territory. That's been where these two teams have jockeyed.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? We're playing on the wrong side of the field here. And there's less than 6 minutes left in this game. Fairfield looking to stay on the ground, I'm assuming, and just run this clock out as much as they can. They've got Pumphrey in the backfield, and he'll take the toss from Wheaton. Youngbear in there initially, but Bridgewater doing a great job of flowing from that inside linebacker position. Bridgewater's having a heck of a game defensively.
Yep, he is.
He's all over that place.
And he was averaging. He was the bulwark of the South Tama defense in those first 2 weeks. I think he had 10, 12 tackles each night, and easily the most of South Tama. And I think we're going to see that again here tonight.
Yeah, I don't know how many tackles he has tonight, but he's got a slug of them.
2nd and 10 here for Fairfield. Another handoff. It's going to be for Burkhart, the fullback.
And he's kind of plowing his way through there, isn't he? Finally drugged down by Bridgewater.
Bridgewater brings him down.
Bring up 3rd and 3 for Fairfield.
Now 3rd and 3.
So now with Pumphrey carrying the ball, we've seen 7 different ball carriers from Fairfield. Bates was playing fullback earlier, and now he's out here at receiver.
Yeah.
You got Burkhart in there. And Burkhart gets it.
Yep, just pretty conservative play calling here as Fairfield just trying to get the clock down.
Down under 4.5 minutes, and the clock is going to keep running once the sticks are reset.
Brought down by McBride.
So that clock, not South Tama's friend right now.
No. Maybe one more possession South Tama will have, but they've got to get a stop here, and if they got to go 2 scores, it's going to.
Yep. A turnover would be really nice. Emerson Bridgewater now in a defensive end. He and Dolash. Looks like Jeanette maybe moved back to linebacker. Oh, nice job.
Big tackle there. Just stood up.
Is that the freshman?
I think that might be. Kyle Youngbear gets the stop.
Nice job. He's got to feel pretty good about that one, doesn't he? I'm a little excited. So who's the ball carrier? Did you see that?
I did not.
Okay.
Was too excited about that Kyle Youngbear tackle.
Yeah.
It was a good tackle.
It was a heck of a tackle.
2nd and 11 now for Fairfield. They've had trouble in goal line situations. Trojans have held Fairfield to
clock running down to about 3 minutes. And here's that little reverse again to Bates.
Alan Bates trying to get to the corner.
What a hustle play. Is that Gavin
And
Bridgewater?
Gavin Bridgewater just
Man.
hunts him down from
Man.
behind.
Gavin Bridgewater going to bring up third down for Fairfield. 3rd and 10.
Bridgewater playing some football out there at inside linebacker
Yeah.
tonight.
And now 3rd down.
Is his second or third game back?
Second. This last week was the first one. Yep.
You can tell he's just getting healthier.
Yep.
So 3rd and 10, and they're going to use all of the play clock. Play clock's going down to 5 seconds, 2.5 minutes left on the game clock, and they'll call timeout.
Timeout Fairfield.
So 2 minutes and 23 seconds left in the game. South Tama needs this ball back bad.
Yep.
Got to stop them and then put a drive together.
Congrats to the South Tama boys cross country team taking the first place win at the Montezuma Invitational earlier this week. I believe that was on Tuesday. A couple of their top runners sitting out just to get ready for the postseason, but South Tama is still able to come away with a top victory on the boys' side. The girls, I believe, finished 3rd. No, 2nd, I think it was. And a lot of runners had a good night out in Montezuma, so congrats to those kids.
Kind of a fun deal when you can sit your top 2
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
win a meet.
So postseason action coming up next Thursday for the cross-country teams. They'll have their WAMAC meet over in Marion. And then we are still waiting to find out where South Tama is going to go for their district state qualifying meet the following Thursday. We are going to hope to try and bring some sort of a video broadcast out to you for that. I'm not going to be running a cross-country course with a live camera, but we try and get something up at the finish line maybe and just kind of have some live coverage of that
Wheaton
event.
rolling out to pass the ball. He completes it to Bates. Bates
And
slips,
Bates goes down.
Okay, they called him down.
Just kind of lost his
I
footing
thought
there.
maybe he just put his hand down.
And that's going to be 4th down. I don't know if he would have had enough. You know, the window was kind of closing in on him there a bit, even as he was continuing.
Yep.
Now a timeout
For South Tama.
from South Tama again.
Timeout South Tama.
So 2 minutes left in the game,
Yeah.
and this 4th down is a big stop right here.
Trojans have had 2 4th down stops in this second half. Let's get her.
And South Tama with 2 timeouts left remaining after this. So they'll be able to stop the clock twice, but you got to think if we don't get a big stop here on 4th down.
Right. All right.
And here come the Fairfield Trojans back to the ball. And they're going to give this little shotgun look. We've seen this a few times tonight, and they've been fairly successful with it. It's kind of maybe their main passing formation. And Wheaton will pass.
Pressure coming in. Wheaton lets it go.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Cody Blocker.
Pass is intercepted by.
And so
number 3,
South
Cody
Tama
Blocker.
staying alive.
Honestly, if you knock that ball down,
Yeah.
you're sitting at the 25-yard
Right.
line. But,
You'll take it.
yeah.
You'll take it and just try and see what you can do here. South Tama has not fared well on these. We've had similar situations all through this second half, and the Trojans have been unable to just fight their way out of their own side of the field.
If there's time on the clock, there's time to win, though, right
You got
now.
it,
There's
yep.
2 minutes left in the game, 2:08 on the game clock. Weiss, under center, flips it out to Cody Blocker, and he's got some green.
Blocker kind of scoots past a couple tacklers,
But
Nice
now we got to
little
get
game.
going here because the clock's still running.
Right.
So blocker picks up about 5. And we got to get back on the ball here, boys.
Minute 50 on the
We
clock.
got bunch trips. And back to blocker. Tosses it to the right side. Not much going. We needed to call.
Stop in the backfield there.
The clock's going to keep running.
Wheaton and Hoskins among the Fairfield tacklers there. Now 3rd and 7, and
Okay,
quickly.
So.
Going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Trojans.
So first down is the most important thing on this down here, I think.
Yeah.
Straight drop for Weiss.
Looking to throw, trying to go to the middle.
Ball popped out of his hands, and that's going to Fairfield. That's rough.
Tough turn there for the South.
Weiss trying to scramble out to his left, and then the ball just kind of slips out, it looks like.
You have a flag on the field, though.
Tried to jump back on it. Fairfield recovers.
And it's going to be against South Tama, so it will be Fairfield ball, and that should do it.
Well, that's not the ending we were looking for.
No, South Tama, sparks of really improved play tonight. The run game really got going in the first half.
Competitive game.
Yeah, it was.
All around.
It's good to see after a string of really tough losses leading up to this one. But
be in the fight to that last 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Or last one is a minute 5 left on the clock. It still would have been a tall order to march down the field in a minute, but I would hate. If I'm a coach, I'm like, let's keep him out of the end zone here.
Right.
I don't want to. But Wheaton's going to sneak it, and he's got his. He's got his 2 yards.
Wheaton will punctuate the scoreboard with last moment score here with a minute to go. 20-7 now the score after the quarterback keep by Sam Wheaton. And South Tama will go to their 7th loss of the season.
And Fairfield looking to tack on the point after try. It's no good.
Moore's extra point attempt is no good.
So you can see just a little bit of
Yeah.
frustration. I don't know what the word would be.
A tough way to kind of wrap things here, and the Trojans kind of had some, I think, hopes pinned on this one, and they're going to have to kind of play out this last minute here.
Those seniors last home game.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll remember this one, I think.
Yep.
It's a good competitive game all the way through.
And we're waiting for the Fairfield kickoff unit to get on the field here.
So South Tama will take over with a minute left in the game. What do you think? Quick score, throw the ball downfield, get a quick score, onside kick, throw the ball downfield again, get another score.
Sounds easy, yeah.
A couple extra points.
Yep. Carter Moore to kick off once more.
It's a pun.
Right. And so Fairfield, I haven't had time to check scores here, but we had a big one tonight in District 5. Williamsburg and Solon squaring off.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to decide the district, I'm sure, unless Williamsburg really has trouble.
Moore's kickoff.
It goes short.
So Fairfield's going to get the ball. So I think he intended to kind of squib that down the field or just kick it low so we couldn't have a big return.
Yeah.
They're probably just trying to avoid a big return.
Right.
And it actually struck one of the guys on our front line. I don't know if it was
Hard to see that.
Melly's in there, who it was, but ball bounced off the guy on the front line and right into the hands of a Fairfield Trojan. So that will just about wrap it up.
Minute to go here. Fairfield can kind of kneel their way out and go to 3 and 4.
Seeing a bunch of new faces run around here for the Trojans.
Right.
And Fairfield's in victory formation. They're just going to kneel it out. South Tama will not use their timeouts.
And so, reminder, we'll be live again next Friday. We have no volleyball broadcast coming up this week. The Trojans on a bit of a break until they go to their playoff game on the 17th. So make sure to tune in next Friday. We'll be live from Benton High School over in Van Horn for Week 8 of the Iowa High School football season. And then the week after is going to be a busy week. We're going to try and get live from the district state qualifying meet for the cross-country teams. And then as well, bring you the playoff volleyball game on Tuesday the 17th, as well as the regular season finale for the football team over in Solon. And so the clock winding down here as the two teams getting ready to go to the center.
Fairfield, a little celebration out there. Yeah. Well deservedly. They won a tough-fought game.
Right. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with a quick post-game wrap-up. Thanks for being with us, Trojan Country fans. Welcome back live from the post-game press box. It is Fairfield winning tonight, 20-7, the score after Week 7 action here at STC Trojan Field. I'm going to turn it over to Nate Van Dyke, some unofficial post-game stats for us.
Sure. Fairfield's rushing attack was led by Kason Miller. He had 59 yards on 18 attempts. Talon Bates from the receiver and fullback position had 59 yards on 7 attempts. Wyatt Johnson with 1 run for 3 yards. Wheaton, the quarterback, with 5 carries for 14 yards, 2 of them touchdowns. Calvin McLean with 1 rush for 1 yard. Burkhart with 5 rushes for 27 yards. And Pumphrey with 2 rushes for -1 yards. Passing for the Fairfield Trojans was Sam Wheaton. He was 4 for 7 on the night with 50 yards. And then receiving was Kason Miller with 1 catch for 23 yards. Hoskins with a catch for 7 yards. Nordurft with a catch for 10 yards. And Bates with 1 catch for 3 yards. Scoring plays for Fairfield include a 30-yard interception returned for a touchdown by Julian Pumphrey. And then Wheaton on 2 quarterback sneaks close to the line for a 1-yard run and a 2-yard run.
So that was your Fairfield stats. South Tama had a nice first half on the run game, but things tightened up a little bit in the third and the fourth.
For sure. So for South Tama, on the rushing attack, we had Bridgewater with 5 carries for 6 yards, one of them being a touchdown. Blocker was really the workhorse tonight for South Tama. He carried the ball 19 times and had 83 yards, so he eclipsed his total yards for the season in just a single game here. Daniel Weiss with 7 carries for -3 yards. A couple of those were sacks and then the fumble late in the game. So Weiss doing the quarterbacking duties for South Tama. He was 7 for 10 passing with a total of 49 yards. So both teams about the same amount of passing yards, similar rushing yardage. Receiving for the Trojans, Bridgewater had 4 receptions for 21 yards. Tyrus Clegg with a catch for 3 yards. Dolash with 2 receptions for 25 yards. And then Bridgewater with the scoring play for the Trojans with a run from 2 yards out.
All right. Well, South Tama needing to regroup here. It's a tough thing to have this game kind of come at the point that it did with South Tama being plagued by injuries in the middle of the season. You feel like even though they don't get the win here, the Trojans, you feel like if you had a few more weeks starting to put things together a little bit, if there was a little more runway to work, things could kind of come together. It's going to be really tough, though, against some very talented Benton and Solon teams in Week 8 and Week 9. But Trojans are going to meet the task regardless, and we'll see how they can kind of put themselves back together here for this last 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, we kind of had a big opportunity here tonight. We kind of the team kind of got healthy, and we were able to bring the freshmen and sophomores up without the opening game tonight, and it was very competitive. It was a game where we were in the fight down to the final minute of the game, really.
Yep.
Senior night as well, so kind of an opportunity. You're playing Fairfield this point in the season and looking for your first win of the season, and we just come up just a little bit short. But there's things we could take away. A lot of positives. Biggest thing, slow start. I think we're down 2 scores in the first quarter, and then Fairfield doesn't really score again till the very end of the game.
Those defensive stops in the second half were really critical.
2 goal line stands.
Yeah,
that's pretty tough. That's tough to do. Saw a lot of good football tonight. I think we are blocking and tackling. That's how you get better at football. That's how you win games. Blocking up front opened up some holes for Cody Blocker, and he kind of had a breakout performance, which is great to see because he's earned it. He's ran the ball so many times and taken so many hits prior to getting to the line of scrimmage. So it was good. It was good to see that out of him. It's good to see the team healthy and just I think just moving through, just keep moving forward. You got 2 games left, and for the seniors, it's probably the last 2 games you're going to play in your career. So,
All right. Well, Trojan fans, I hope you have a great weekend. Stay warm out there, and good night and go Trojans.